law firm matter? Well, of course it does. The insurance company, they're huge with unlimited resources. And whether your case is big or small, they're built to bully you out of the money you're owed. But here's the good news. We're big too, the biggest actually. And we're built to fight to make them pay for all that was taken from you. Size is our strength. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Happy holiday. Happy holiday to all. It is finally here. Man, football season. You know, college football was last week. That was one of the best first weekends of college football I've ever seen. And now the NFL does it right. This could be a Super Bowl preview tonight. Bills and Rams at SoFi, where the Super Bowl was held. This is fantastic. This is wildly cool. The NFL's first weekend has all kinds of storylines to it. Man, do I love this. Fantastic. It is finally here, and happy holiday to you. Hey, if there's Festivus, this is happy football holiday. Hit the like button. Appreciate everybody coming aboard. Unbelievable, man. I can't wait for this game tonight. By the way, let me say this to you. I don't think it's close. I think it's like 38-10 Bills. I don't think it's close. I think Buffalo is that much better than the Rams. I think they're deeper. I think that roster's better. You know, we're going to apply the same kind of criticism that we have for the Buffalo Bills as we do the Eagles. It is all on paper, but not quite like it is for the Eagles. That team actually won a lot of ball games last year. That team had one of the best playoff games last year with the Chiefs. I don't think it's close. I think it's like 38-20. I think they blow them out. I think it's kind of close for a little bit. I think Stafford is still going to be nursing that sore elbow of his. I mean, look, I think the Rams are pretty good. They got great star players at certain positions, but they're not deep like the Buffalo Bills are. And you get Von Miller now chasing down Matthew Stafford. I want to see that too. So, man, what a great way to start off the NFL weekend. Tonight, Bills and Rams, they lowered the banner tonight or raised the banner, however you want to look at it. World champions, Los Angeles Rams. Beautiful stadium, beautiful environment. The fans get to get football going again. And no question about it, man. This is all good here. By the way, I want to start something out, too, by saying how I admire Jason Kelce. Okay? I admire Jason Kelce. We ain't done shit. Good for him. That's leadership. It's all on paper. All on paper. He's right. As I tell you all the time, rent's due Sunday, September 11th. Rent is due. We got so much to hit on today. As we get ready for the weekend, as we get ready for tonight's game, we'll go more into a preview of tonight, why I think it's going to be so lopsided tonight. I just think the Bills are that much better than the Rams. I think the Rams are a fine ball team. I think they're good. Did the Rams get better over the offseason? I don't know. It was good enough to win a Super Bowl. I'm not suggesting to you that they've gone the other way like the Cowboys have. But I just think Buffalo is better. And I do think they're significantly better. I think they've done a great job in the draft. They've increased their pass rush in the draft and free agency. I think Diggs is going to own Jalen Ramsey tonight. Remember I said that? I think I think they're going to do a good job on Cooper Kupp tonight. That's a pretty damn good secondary Buffalo has as well. And they get after the pass rusher pretty well. I think the Rams linebackers are pretty decent, but I think this is going to be close for a bit. 38-20 is my call here for tonight's game. So we will hit on that. By the way, we have, in what I'm putting out there, team goals this year, offensively and defensively. And what that means is this. You can ask Barrett Brooks this or anybody that's ever played. An offense will have on a board they'll have all the offensive goals that you want to hit each and every single week. Defensively, too. And you'll look at those goals every single time you walk into a team meeting and every time you're together as a defensive group. And when you see those, coaches used to put them on the board there. Monty Kiffin used to have them on the board. Jim Johnson. You all have these goals that you want to hit for your offensive team and your defensive team every single Sunday. We're going to hit on those, what we think they should be. Also, got a bunch of topics here. The NFC East, we're going to hit on. We're going to go through that. Howie Roseman restructuring a contract. May I throw this out to you? Is he getting ready for Jalen? Is he getting ready for Jalen? So he restructures the kicker in Lane Johnson's deal. Is he getting ready for the offseason to offer up Jalen Hurts a contract? I want to hit on that here in a minute. I want to throw you out the team goals. This is the first step in the success of what this team possibly could do this year. You have to have team goals. And by the way, there's going to be 17 chapters in the regular season for the Eagles 2022 year. Okay? I wrote down a few goals. Here we go. I'd like to see 250 yards passing in every game. You think that's attainable? I do. I think that should be expected. As an average, 250 yards, okay, a game. There's going to be games that it's going to be under. There's going to be games that are going to be over. But as an average, I'd like to see 250 yards passing every game. I'd like to see 4.3 yards a carry. Dominant running attack, number one in the NFL last year. If you don't have 4.3 to 4.5 in yards per carry, again, it doesn't necessarily have to be in rushing yards. You have to have effective yards. And I'd like to see you around 4.3 to 4.5. That means you keep play action going and the sticks moving. That means that defense that you're playing against has to respect you. Showtime likes 250. Okay? 250 yards. Let me see what that comes out to, too, by the way. I want to see. I hadn't even thought about what that number comes out to. 250 times 17. 4,250. That's what you all want. That's my expectations. Versus what I think he'll do is different. You understand that? Thank you, GT. You're right. Okay? It's different. But I expect 250 yards passing. You just spent $25 million a year on your wideout, and you drafted a guy in Devontae Smith, and you got a Goddard, who many think are going to have a breakout year, including me. 26 points a game. What's that number come to? 26 times 17. That's 442 points. Maybe 450. Maybe we'll move that number up to 28. 28 points, because I'd like to see 450 points scored this year with this football team. Is that fair? 450 points? Can somebody do me a favor? Hey, Tone, let me know what the Eagles scored the year they won the Super Bowl, if you could, please. I'd like to know what they scored that year. Because this unit has, in my opinion, more talent than that group. Now, the quarterback is different. I didn't say worse or best yet, but I'd like to know how many points they scored in that 2017 team. I'd like to see 350 yards of total offense for every single game. I think that's fair. Okay? I think that's fair. 350 yards of total offense. Now, remember something. I'm talking about over a 17-game season as an average. This is what I want to see this team end up with. Okay? Showtime says we averaged about 27 points that year. Okay? okay, good. 28.6, we're right in the same room. 440 to 450, somewhere in there, 455. I'd like to see that amount of points scored at the end of the day. Do you believe that all of these are attainable? 350 yards of total offense per game, 28 points a game, like you did in 17, 4.3 to 4.5 in yards per carry. You noticed I didn't put a number on rushing yards. And 250 yards, 250 yards passing per game. Comes out to 4,250. Not talking touchdown passes, not talking anything. Are these all attainable? It's good to know. Tone just gave me some reference points for when we go over to the defensive side. Are you good with these? Because these almost resemble what you did in 17. Okay? 4.3 to 4.5 rushing per carry. You're still going to be one of the most dominant football teams, GT, in the NFL. If you're going 4.5, get this. If you're going between 4.3 and 4.5 yards per carry, what does that mean? That means you are in 3rd and 3. Your playbook's open 75% more than if you're 3rd and 9. The Eagles were horrible on first down last year. You got to win 1st and 2nd down to get into 3rd and short so that you can help your quarterback out. That's all I'm saying here. Okay? 250 passing, 4.3 to 4.5 yards per carry, 28 points a game, 350 yards per game when it comes to total offense. Okay? I don't think so. Maybe 24 points. 24 points a game in today's NFL, you're not going to win. Okay? You bet, 5-star. It is football season. That's right. Jones, 4.5 yards per carry is outstanding. And it keeps you in 3rd and short. Those are my offensive team goals. Okay? I could dig those stats for Herts. I want 4,500 passing and 500 rushing. Boy, you're asking one guy in the NFL to do something no guy does in the NFL. Nobody does that. So you think Jalen Hurts is a 4,500-yard passing quarterback and a 500-yard rushing guy when nobody in the league does that? No one. Not one quarterback does that. Not even Lamar Jackson. But you're asking Jalen Hurts to do that. Unrealistic expectations. Unrealistic goals. Let's keep it on the rails here. Okay? Keep it on the rails. You see, sometimes when you look at numbers and people go, well, he could be 500-600 yards. No one in the league does that. No one in the league has ever done that. But you think this guy is going to do that this year. Unrealistic. Unrealistic. Let's go to the defensive side of the football. I want to hold teams under 250 yards passing. Here, let me modify that. Under 250 to 275, I'm all right with if you keep it in that building. 250 to 275. Today's a passing league. I'm looking at things that kind of I did. So 275, I'd be okay with. Okay? Because teams are going to complete passes. It's just what the league is today. Okay? 3.5 yards per carry. The Eagles last year on first down were terrible defensively. There were gaping holes last year on first down. Actually, Jonathan Gannon's defense was one of the worst first down teams in the league. That's got to get better. You've got to win first down. Don't let teams get on you and have it 2nd and 4. You'll never get off the field. You'll never get off the field. By the way, I know how everybody is saying that this is going to be a top 10 defense. 5 to 6 guys have been changed on your unit. Defensive coordinators are going to have a field day with that defense. I know everybody's under the impression that this is Gang Green 2.0. When you have that many new faces in the building and at new positions with the limited amount of practice time, I want us, and a very uncreative DC. I don't know how everyone going like this. This is going to be a top 10 defense. Where do you see that? Where do you see that? New faces and not so creative defensive coordinator. Keep everything in front of me. That's a guy that gives up a shitload of yards and points. They did do well in points surrendered last year. They did. They did well in that number. But I thought they were playing inferior teams in the second half. Okay? And Tone goes, in 2017, it gave up 322 yards a game, ranked 10th in the NFL. It's funny, Tone, I got 310 is a goal that I want to keep them at. Between 310 and 315 per game. That's what I want to keep them under when it comes to total offense. So I'm right in there. And the defense only allowed 18.4. If you keep it at 21 points a game, you're going to win a shitload of games this year. Okay? Yeah, and remember something. See what Popcorn TV says? Stats tell the story. You know why in the NFL they tell a story? Because they set trends up. What's your defense trending towards each week? What are they doing? Hey, watch this. Let's just say the Lions put a good game plan together and they have a good game on the Eagles. That's going to tell me about game preparation on the first week of the season. But overall, I'm not going to really know the Eagles' identity until week 3. Because then 3 games give me a trend on what they're trying to do. Look at what happened 7 weeks last year. They were trending towards a disaster. And they had to rip up the game plan and put a new game plan together. That was smart, creative, offensively. And it was something that we were watching kind of like take shape each and every single week. They were getting better and better and better and better because they were limiting what they were not trying to do in the first 7 games, which was trying to throw the ball a shitload of times. Okay? That's where they were going. Jay says stats can be deceiving. Hey, Jay, when you're rushing the ball for 5 yards a carry and you're putting up 40 points a game, those stats don't lie. Okay? Those stats don't lie. Trends in the NFL or something. We get a trend book. Here, I'm going to hook you guys up. Okay? We get a trend book each and every single Wednesday after Players' Day off on Tuesday. Okay? On what a team has been trend. Here's what the players got on Wednesday. They got their game plan book. You walk into your team meeting with your playbook. Then the defensive coordinator gives the game plans to your position coaches. Then your position coaches hand you what the game plan is going to be. And the DC is going to sit there as a group and he's going to talk to you and say what our team goals are going to be against the Lions. And they're going to go over personnel on the board together. Then they're going to break off and they're going to go in their groups. Linebackers, DBs, defensive line. They're all going to sit there, and then you're going to watch film for about 2 hours. And you're going to watch film on these guys. But you know what film you're going to watch? How many people – what film do you think you're going to watch for this Lions team if you're the Eagles? You guys know? They're going to watch the last 3 games of the year. And they're going to watch the game that they killed that team in 44-6 last year. Then they're going to take a look at some of the preseason tape. And those are the things you're going to have in front of you. And then what you're going to do after you break off, you're going to come in as a player and you're going to start watching 3rd and 2, 3rd and 1. What do they do on the far hash? What do they do in the red zone? What do they do on the -20 and the +20? What do they do? Do they like to go to nickel package when it's 3rd and long? What do they like to do? What's Goff's weaknesses and his strengths? You have all of this information and intel in front of you. It's really more of a mind game now for you as you get ready to go into a regular season. Okay? Look at Jay there. Thank God he doesn't play for the Eagles. Thank God he don't play there. That's not how Jason Kelce looked at it. We ain't done shit. You got to show up, dude. Hey, Jay, make what you said true. They suck. See, Jay, you can't say someone sucks before you fight him. I don't care what you say. You say someone sucks after you kick their ass. This is a new deal, dude. Don't hang in there on what you did in the past. Okay? Don't do that. Don't be an idiot. And don't be people that take things for granted. There's nothing a given in the NFL. Nothing. Everybody, Brady says it all the time. I got to go out and prove myself all the time. See, Jay don't like to have to prove himself each and every single week. Brady does. Isn't it funny? Jay doesn't want to improve, but Brady wants to prove something every week. That's why Brady's the GOAT. And that's why there's more fans in the stands than there are people on the field. There's a reason they built 70,000-seat stadiums for people like Jay to sit in the stands and watch and say those things. And that's why there's only 50 or 47 guys on the field. Because you don't say those things and you don't act like that and you respect your opponent. Nobody lives in the past with that today. This is about Sunday. 60 minutes of football, 4 quarters of football. So those are my team goals for this team. Christmas is finally here. I saw somebody ask me what I thought of tonight's game. I think 38-20. I think it's 38-20 Buffalo. I don't think it's close at the end. Okay? I don't think it's close. All right. Merrill Reese is going to be with us at the bottom of the hour here. I so loved what Jason Kelce said. I really do. And let me ask you what Howie did, restructuring these contracts. So Howie gets the kicker redone, and they convert like 2.7 of that money. And what was the number there for? What was the number on Lane's number? 5.88 on Lane. And Elliott's was 2.7, clearing up 6.9, roughly around $7 million. Is he getting ready to offer Jalen a contract at the end of the year, you think? Yeah. Hey, LA Rams, 38-20. Remember I said it. Oh, yeah. You're not better than the Bills. You're not. I did hear Stoutland's presser. I did hear it. Kelce is the heart of the team. Are they getting ready to offer Jalen Hurts a contract? That's why they're starting to move money around. You know, I think January 5th, or no, it's right after the season. finally that money falls off the books on the Alshon Jeffries $5.5 million too. That falls off the books. You've cleared up $7 million. The cap is going to go up. Are you starting to prepare yourself? You think that they're going to sit there and this guy's like playing Moneyball here. Dad, don't worry, 38-20 tonight. LA Rams, baby. He's got that team repeating. Ain't repeating. They're not repeating. It's all right. They're a good team, though. Okay? They're a good team, but they're not. My girl from Buffalo. Oh, they're gonna kill them tonight. Oh, they will. They're gonna kill the Bills. The Bills are gonna kill the Rams tonight. Remember I said that. 5-star says, Sills. Hey, by the way, Merrill Reese will be with us at the bottom of the hour. He's so kind to join us. He's got an Eagle event that he's got to go to, or he would do it later on. But he's going to join us at the bottom of the hour here. Howie restructuring Lane's contract and a few others at the start of the season. You just started covering us last year. This is nothing new. Well, you don't make a move unless you're going to make a move. Okay? When you do something like that, there's a reason you're doing it. I mean, you don't see DaCosta restructuring a contract. By the way, he's got till tomorrow to get that Lamar Jackson. Please don't get it done. Please don't get that deal done. Okay? Just please don't, man. Wow. I have never been on a bigger hype train in my life than what we're seeing here. Hey, man, football season is finally here. Happy holiday to you. And with that being said, my dear friend Merrill Reese joins us now. And I can't remember, Merrill, ever being on a train like this in my life. And in your 50-plus years covering the Eagles, have you ever seen more anticipation for a season than what this thing is?
Probably not. However, there was a lot when they had the so-called Dream Team, you will remember, when they brought in a whole bunch of players like Nnamdi Asomugha and Vince Young, and they just loaded the team with a lot of different people with big names. And that was an utter disaster. Now, I'm not saying this is that, but at the same time, Jason Kelce said it yesterday, and Nick Sirianni said it yesterday. And what did they say? Basically, expectations mean zilch. Nothing. You've got to go out there and do it. So the expectations are high, but expectations don't translate to wins. Only great performance translates to wins.
Merrill, I tell people this all the time. Every time I hear the word potential, that means they haven't done it yet.
Yes, it does.
And so, even with all the potential, is there a concern with you at all that, like you said, let's because I think this thing is going to be something that we're going to watch grow like the 17 team. And let me go here because there's so many new faces on defense. At times, you could have 5 new starters in the 11. And anytime you've got that kind of turnover, it's not going to be sudden success. It's going to be something like you've seen over the years, Merrill. You want this team not to be their best in September. You want them to be their best in January.
Yes. But you don't want to see them get off to a 1-4 start or anything like that, so that because those games can haunt you in December. So you want to get off to a decent start. And that is the key right now. They're thinking about one thing, just one thing, Dan, beating Detroit. That's all that is on their mind, doing what they have to do to go out there and beat what I think is a pretty decent Lions team.
Absolutely. Hey, Merrill, you hear people talking about Jalen. The one thing that I have been impressed with him on how he's handled himself. Because, look, you watch a Baker Mayfield, and you watch this guy melt down in front of you all the time, and then you really get a sense of a quarterback's maturity. And for me, Jalen Hurts being the starting quarterback of the Philadelphia Eagles, there is one thing that he's won, and that is the admiration of his teammates and also how he handles himself as a starting quarterback in the NFL. I think he shows leadership and that quality there. And to me, I think he's handled the noise, good and bad, better than any guy I've seen. Maybe Dak Prescott, when the contract talks were going around and he just kept level-headed. Maybe that's the word in the phrase, Merrill. He's really level-headed for high expectations this year.
Well, the way that Jalen himself describes it, and this is his phrase, he shuts out all of that external stuff, and he says he doesn't take the rat poison.
Hey, he got that from his guy Nick Saban too, man. I love that stuff as well. And you mentioned Jason Kelce, and you mentioned him. In your years covering that team, has there ever been a better leader than you've seen for a football team than Jason Kelce in your years covering the Eagles?
Well, I'd say he's as good a leader as there ever has been. I mean, there have been other great leaders on this football team. You go back to when I began. I mean, Jaws, Ron Jaworski was a pretty big-time leader. I mean, Brian Dawkins was a inspirational leader. There's no doubt about that. There have been guys over the years, but I would say that Kelce is in that group of being among the best leaders on that team.
You know, Merrill, I had Warren Moon on yesterday, and, I've been critical like Seth Joyner has, Jonathan Gannon, but, he made a point. We were talking about guys like Lawrence Taylor and guys like Reggie and all those big hitters like Wes Hopkins and Andre Waters. He goes, those guys may not be able to play in today's NFL. And Jonathan Gannon, because it's so hard to play in the NFL today, defense, that bend but don't break, keep everything underneath. Maybe I'm just too old school that, I like Gang Green. I like that kind of style. Give me your spin on what you think of Jonathan Gannon.
Oh, I think he's very, very bright. And the players like him. I think he is a very, very smart coach. I will tell you this. If the Eagles win this year, if they go to the playoffs and have the kind of season that people expect them to have, this time next year, Jonathan Gannon will be coaching his first game as a head coach. He will be someplace as a head coach next year. That's how highly regarded he is. And he, believe me, is very, very bright. Last year, he didn't have the weapons to work with. This year, he knows what he has, and he will turn them loose.
A couple last questions for you, Merrill. Merrill, it's funny. You mentioned the years that you first started when Jaws was the quarterback. It's funny, though. The same narrative doesn't change in Philadelphia, does it? You got to beat Dallas. Really, do you agree that that's the game on the calendar, on the schedule? Merrill, think of this. Even if they split, to me, that's a win for the Eagles this year because they're going to dominate, in my opinion, the NFC East this year. But they can't let Dallas dominate them. They've lost 7-10 at Lincoln Financial. They've been really owned the last couple of years when Dak's been the starting quarterback. Isn't this the essential game for them to have to win this year again?
I mean, on the surface, you would say it's a two-horse race with the Eagles and the Cowboys. And I always say, if you can tell me who's going to be lining up on December 24th in Dallas for both teams, I have a pretty good idea of how they're doing. But we don't know that. That's a long time from now. And the Cowboys appear to have some obvious weaknesses. I mean, Amari Cooper is gone. Cedric Wilson is gone. So the wide receivers are not, unless there's somebody coming up, some unknown who comes up and terrorizes the rest of the league. But on the surface, I don't see the receiving core as good as last year. You lose Tyron Smith, and isn't he the best player on the offensive line? That's a big, big loss. Their defense is still very good. They're not going to be bad. They'll be good. But just how good here on the early days to figure out.
Finally here, Merrill, you sound like one of my coaches. You don't get too high, you don't get too low with all the expectations.
I get very high on the Eagles off the air. But on the air, I try to keep a modicum of professionalism.
Do you have any massive expectations for this team and how far you think it can go? I mean, don't you have like a benchmark that you'd like to see this team accomplish? Or again, Are you like the coaches? You just take every week as it comes, then you start to build a trend up on how do you look at a season like this? Because there are expectations. I believe that they're an NFC championship team, and I think they could get to that game if everything falls right for them, because I think they have the deepest talent in the NFC. I didn't say the best talent. I said the deepest, but like 17. That team didn't have the best talent, even though their fronts were spectacular. They were the deepest, because look at what they did at left tackle, quarterback. I mean, it's incredible what they accomplished.
Yeah,
how do you look at a season?
See, but the thing about 17 was how Howie Roseman made up for missing pieces. I mean, he made up for losing Jason Peters, who was still in his prime at left tackle. He made up for the best special teams player, Chris Maragos, who went out for the season. They made up for the best linebacker, Jordan Hicks, who was gone for the season. They made up for the kicker, Caleb Sturgis, with somebody by the name of Jake Elliott, who kicked a 61-yarder to beat the Giants and really launch that move towards great achievement. So a lot of things happen, and even though he's not there this year or last year, I don't know what he's going to be like this year. But you know what, Dan? In 2017, at the time he went down, Carson Wentz was the probable MVP of the NFC. He was playing at that level. It's a lot to ask Jalen Hurts to play at the level that Carson Wentz did in 2017. I mean, I think he'll have a very, very good year. But Wentz was unconscious that year. In subsequent years, he was not the same player, hasn't been the same player since. But Wentz had a magical year. And when your quarterback has a magical year, very often your team follows.
You know, Merrill, to end on that, not only did Wentz have an incredible MVP season, and he was spectacular that year, but then the substitute came in, and there was no drop-off, and he had a spectacular run. Those two things collided, and why, in my opinion, the Eagles won. I mean, Merrill, I've never seen this. You lose a left tackle and your starting quarterback, and you still blow out Tom Brady and the Patriots. I mean, that's unheard of. Nobody does that kind of stuff. But even Foles had a career moment when he was playing for the Eagles.
Yeah, but not initially, because he came in and got through the game with the Raiders and the Giants, or the Giants and then the Raiders. Got through them. It was nothing spectacular, and then didn't finish. He played about a quarter of the very end, the last game that didn't mean anything against Dallas. And somebody asked Doug Peterson in the press conference, is it possible that going into the playoffs, you would start Nate Sudfeld? Somebody actually asked that brilliant question. And Doug just looked at him and went on to the next question. Then Nick didn't have a great first half against Atlanta, but from the second half against Atlanta through the Super Bowl, he was the best quarterback in football. He lit it up consistently, but it wasn't automatic.
Boy, I can't wait. Football's tonight. We kick it off tonight. Happy holiday to you. September 11th. Also, we got Lions and Eagles. Man, I can't wait for it. Merrill, have a great call. Thank you so much, sir, for always finding time for us here on the show. I can't thank you enough. Thank you, my friend.
Thanks, Dan, and have a good afternoon.
You got it, man. The legendary Merrill Reese, who'll be calling the game, obviously, as he's always done, on Sunday against the Lions. Love talking with him. By the way, please hit the like button. I got a great topic when we come back. It is a Hertz-related topic. I want to throw this at you here. You tell me. And by the way, I want to kind of expand on what he said about Carson Wentz's season. I'm going to go back and take a look at that year. Hey, Tone, do me a favor. I'm going to take a look at it too. Can you put up Carson Wentz's stats in 2017 for me? I want you guys to be ready for a topic on that one as well. Hit the like button. Also, don't forget, my friends at Morgan & Morgan, where the fee is free. That means this: they don't get paid unless you do, okay? And they are the biggest law firm when it comes to casualty insurance, than anybody on the planet. That's right. If you're hurt or injured on the job, Last 30 years, Morgan & Morgan has collected over $13.5 billion for their clients. They protect you and they look out for their clients' rights when you're in a courtroom. They will not be intimidated, and they don't look at any case and go, well, that case is too small. That's not going to happen at Morgan & Morgan. Over 800 attorneys and offices in Philadelphia, New York, and Florida makes them the biggest law firm in the United States of America. Call them at 800-512-1600. That's 800-512-1600. The call is free. The consultation's free. When you call Morgan & Morgan, do me a favor. Tell them Big Sil sent you.
After a car crash, the big insurance companies you see advertising on TV, they may try to downplay your case and might say it's only a fender bender or it's just a herniated disc. I worry that some law firms fall for this BS. Not us. We put ourselves in your shoes and ask, what would it be like to be in your pain for the rest of our lives? $1 million wouldn't be enough for me. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
The greatest fans on earth. It's a bold statement, but would you expect anything less from Philadelphia? 58 years of heartache creates a toughness, a grit, a resolve not found in most. Sure, our prayers were answered, but now that we've had a taste, we're looking for more. Pondley Hockey, official partner of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Do you stream on a Roku, Fire Stick, Android TV, or Apple TV? Now you can watch 6ABC 24/7 with the 6ABC Philadelphia streaming app.
The big story on Action News.
Search 6ABC Philadelphia and start streaming today.
Go passionately. Go fearlessly. Go confidently.
Go Birds!
Go confidently towards your goals with First Trust, Philly's hometown bank for nearly 90 years and the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles. We're focused on getting you over the goal line. So go with conviction, go with trust,
Go Birds!
and go forward with us by your side. First Trust Bank, the official bank of Philadelphia dreams. Oh, and go Birds.
Welcome to Pondley Hockey, the largest workers' compensation law firm in Pennsylvania. With over 250 years of combined courtroom experience, we've helped over 100,000 injured and disabled workers obtain benefits, as well as some of the biggest settlements in the state. Even better, Pondley Hockey doesn't charge a dime until you win. If you've been injured at work, give Pondley Hockey a call.
Go for the midnight dares. Go for the game. Go for the hits. Go for the fans. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
Welcome back. National Football Show. The National Jalen Hurts Show. Big Sills, hit the like button. How you doing? Yes, football season is here. Love it. Love listening to our friend, too, Merrill Reese, man. I can't wait to listen to him on the call on Sunday. He mentioned something in the interview that I thought was kind of interesting. So in 2017, Carson Wentz is 11-2. 37 touchdowns. Or 33 touchdowns and 7 picks, and he led the NFL in QBR. You think Jalen Hurts duplicates that? In 13 games, he threw for 3,200 yards. On pace for 4,000. You think Jalen duplicates that he leads the NFL in QBR? And the reason I say that is because the Eagles had a quarterback that was playing MVP football. Then you had a substitute teacher come in and play the best substitute teacher role in the history of the Super Bowl. I'm trying to think. Hostetler was kind of decent when he won that title in 90. Doug Williams was insane great when he came in San Diego and he beat the Denver Broncos when he was with the Redskins at the time. Let's see. There really hasn't been very many substitute teachers that come in and really take control the way Foles was insane. Okay? GG says not in his second year. Okay? I know, I saw that. And I'm wondering, Tone, if that's a mistake, because I saw 60% completion percentage on his 440 attempts in 2017, and yet he led the NFL in QBR. I don't know, man. That doesn't seem right that it matched up. You know what I'm saying? So I know I saw that. I'm like, wow, that's actually not very good. And that's one of the areas that Jalen's going to have to improve on, in my opinion, is his completion percentage. You can't be at 61 and be an elite guy. You got to be around 64, 63, between 63 and 67. You'd like to see those guys. 61, 62, 64, you're kind of like you're not elite when you're in that room and in that conversation. Hey, Tone, he had 7 picks that year. He had 33 touchdowns. How can you have 33 touchdowns, lead the NFL in QBR, 33-7, you're 11-2, and you have a 60% completion percentage? It doesn't make sense to me. So I'm going to have to go back and take a look at that because that doesn't seem right. However, he had an MVP. He played MVP football for that team. So did Foles. Jalen's going to have to play MVP football every week for the Eagles to win. Is that fair or no? Is that fair? Herts has to play MVP football for them to be a Super Bowl contending team. 17, your quarterback was the best player on your team. Hey, is that fair? Wentz was the best player on the 17 team. Is that fair? He was the best. Was there anybody better? Okay. That's first Dallas game. We got to destroy them. That Dallas game is the game, in my opinion. Ski says Foles almost lost us the Atlanta game. We got extremely lucky, but played lights out against Minnesota and New England. Omar says if Hertz has a completion percentage of 70% or better, we win the NFC. Nobody has a completion percentage of 70%, my friend. 70%? He's the most valuable player in the league. 70%? Bro, nobody does that. Jeremiah says fair. How about this? For the Philadelphia Eagles to win the Super Bowl this year and be in that Super Bowl contention of the Final Four of the NFC title game, don't you guys believe he's got to be in the top 3 for MVP for that team? That he can't just be what he was a year ago or 5% better. Or can he? Maybe you think there's enough talent surrounding him now. Because here, I'll tell you this. You know who else I'm going to be looking at this season? The dude in Dallas. I think the dude in Dallas has empty calorie stats. Oh, LA Rams. I cannot wait until ass kicking tonight that the Bills are going to lay on you. Holy cow, is that going to be a beatdown? Kirk Cousins had 70% completion. Holy shit. Oh, yeah, that's right, though. Eagle fans thinks he sucks. He had 33 touchdowns, too, didn't he, and 7 picks? He had the least amount of interceptions of any quarterback in the NFL last year. The Vikings did. Least amount of turnovers of anybody. Their issues were defense last year. Got to send him the message in the new era. Okay. Let me go over to my topic now. Oh, yeah. LA Rams. Going to be an ass kicking tonight. Going to be an ass kicking. Bills are going to beat that ass tonight. Hey, and do me a favor. LA Rams, don't start crying to me, man, tomorrow. I don't want to see tears. I don't want to see tears, man, when you get your ass kicked tonight. Just saying. Okay? Promise me. You won't be upset with me and you won't cry. Okay? No crying tonight. No, I can't. There's no crying in football. All right. I have such a great topic here. And I'm so happy that Flex has got Rams 30-17. Really? You think you're holding that Bills offense to 17 points? Not happening. Not happening. Stephon Diggs is going to run all over Jalen Ramsey tonight. It's going to be killing. I can't wait to watch it. I'll be doing this. I may do, hey, Tone, I may do shot drinks tonight every time the Bills score a touchdown. I'll be hammered by halftime. Where's Sills? Hey, man, I had 4 shots, man. I had 4 shots. I'm hammered, man. I can't do anything. Why? They scored 4 touchdowns in the first half. Big Sills, man, you're out? Yeah, man, I told you. I'm going to take a shot for every touchdown the Bills score. They're going to kill that team tonight. All right. I got a topic for you, man. You guys are going to love this. Will Herts by the end of the 2022 year? And by the end of the 2022 NFC East season, be the best quarterback in the division? Yes or no? Will he be the best quarterback in the NFC East by the end of the year? Yes or no? Oh, and for the record, I think Wentz throws for 4,000 yards, and I think Dak throws for over 4,000 yards. I do. Look at this, Anthony. Big picking. So you think Jalen Hurts is going to be better than Carson Wentz and Dak Prescott? Look, hey, way to go on a limb, Jeremiah. I think so. The L question? Loser. Why? What? Do you think he'll be the best quarterback in the NFC East? Hey, Jay, shit, you want to pay the guy $40 million? He better be. You want to pay the guy $40 million for what? 3,100 yards? Not happening. Michael says no, Wentz will be. Not a high bar. Not a high bar. Are you kidding me? The Cowboys destroyed him and they didn't win against a team that had any kind of significance to the playoffs last year. They beat nobody. And now you're saying, well, it's not a high bar, the NFC East. Shit, win the East first. Hey, and I get it. Beat Detroit first. I understand that. But, bro, win the division first. If you win the division, everything is set up for you. Then you're talking 11, 12 wins, and maybe you get home field advantage. By the way, 2017, I think one of the number one reasons that the Eagles won the Super Bowl is because the NFC went through Philly. The NFC went through Philly. Sileo trashes Hertz' playing style, but predicts the Eagles go to the NFC title game. No, it's not. You'll win in spite of your quarterback. Sileo, you spread rat poison. No, I'm not making stuff up. You see, that's the one thing you won't get here. Every other show you listen to makes shit up. Well, he'll be this, he'll be that. A.J. Brown makes him this. A.J., that's all rat poison. That's what Jason Kelce's talking to you about. That's rat poison. That's the rat poison. Okay? That's the rat poison. Well, he'll be this, he'll be that, or he has a chance to do this. He's got to get better at that. That's rat poison. He ain't that yet until he plays against Detroit. Tone says in 2017 playoff run didn't go. If the 2017 playoff run didn't go through Philly, we do not win the Super Bowl. It's a fact. That was one of the key things that year. Plus Foles playing out of his mind in the postseason. Rat poison. Well, he's going to do this or he's that or maybe he does that. That's rat poison because that's not real and not factual. Rat poison. Here. I'll give you a typical Philly rat poison. Jalen Hurts has gotten so much better. The spin on the ball, what he did in the exhibition season, what he did in practice, showing up to the facility first, leaving as the last guy that's rat poison. Sileo trashes dual threat quarterbacks. Eagle fan, there's no such thing as a 4,500-yard passing quarterback in the NFL that runs the ball for 500 yards or 600 yards. He doesn't exist. He doesn't exist. But that's rat poison. That's rat poison. He doesn't exist. But he exists in Philly. Stirring the pot, Sills. Jesse, I never really realized that stirring the pot meant telling the truth. Hey, LA Rams, 38-20, baby. I can't wait till the Bills beat you down tonight. Steve Young. Let me see if Young ever ran for 500 yards in a season. Steve Young. Okay. Let's see how many yards Steve Young ran for in a season. By the way, he played 9 years and left the game because of concussions. Real high ceiling. He was a backup for all them years in San Francisco. Steve Young stats. Steve Young. Yeah, he had 9 years of football, and he had to leave the NFL because of concussions. Dumb take. And when he retired, he was the all-time passing percentage leader. Jesus criminy. Yeah, let me see. How many years did he actually start? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, actually. Then he ran out of the game because of concussions. Yeah, that's a high ceiling. And here's his rushing stats. 500 yards, 400 yards. Oh, no, excuse me. Yeah. 400 yards. Did he ever throw for 4,000 yards? Let's see. He threw for 4,000 yards one time in his career. It doesn't exist. And you're comparing Jalen Hurts to Steve Young? I don't think so. I don't think so. Steve Young was a weapon, and he didn't last long. He played 8 years starting football. There's no high ceiling for that stuff, dogs. When you're a running quarterback, you don't have a lifeline. And the only reason he was in the league that long because he backed up and he stunk in Tampa. Okay? Rams will blow the doors off your boy. Josh Allen tonight's going to go for 350-plus yards tonight. He's going to eat that. He's going to eat that Rams defense up tonight. Rams aren't that good on defense. You got 2 outstanding players. The rest of them, can you name another guy on the D-line? Outside of Aaron Donald? Shit, the 49ers beat that team every year. You know what they do? They run the ball on them. They run the ball on them. That's how you beat the Rams. You don't go back and forth with them, but he can. Josh Allen is so great. You like the Bills to win? Brian, 38-20. I don't think it's close. Leonard Floyd. Yeah, there's a stud. Hey, go get him, dog. Hey, do me a favor. Hour 2's coming up. This is going to be a lot of fun. This is going to be a lot of fun this year. Holy cow, man. Howie. Oh, I got a Howie stat here for you, too. Oh, yeah, too. Another. Yes, of course. I want to talk Jeff Stoutland, too. God, we got a ton of stuff to hit on. All right, hit the like button. Hour 2. Keep it here on the National Football Show.
Philadelphia fans were cut from a different cloth. Born into a brotherhood and bonded to our team for life. We believe anything is possible because we've witnessed the impossible. While we may be from different neighborhoods, come Sunday, we are one and we will be heard. Pondley Hockey, official partner of the Philadelphia Eagles.
The faces you know, the team you trust. The Delaware Valley's leading news program, Action News.
Go passionately. Go fearlessly. Go confidently.
Go Birds!
Go confidently towards your goals with First Trust, Philly's hometown bank for nearly 90 years, and the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles. We're focused on getting you over the goal line. So go with conviction. Go with trust.
Go Birds!
And go forward with us by your side. First Trust Bank, the official bank of Philadelphia dreams. Oh, and go Birds.
At Pondley Hockey, we've recovered billions of dollars for our clients, and we're confident we can do the same for you. With over 250 years of combined courtroom experience, we've helped over 100,000 injured clients obtain some of the largest settlements in Pennsylvania. One conversation is all it takes to help you and your family get back on track. If you've been injured in an accident, give Pondley Hockey a call.
Hour 2, National Football Show. Hit the like button, my friends. Happy holiday to you. Football season is here. You know, I usually don't do this. Baker Mayfield is a punk. He's a punk. I totally hate how immature he is as a human being. And then to say you're a quarterback for an NFL team. Now he's got T-shirts and he's selling T-shirts that say, what, Unleashed, Unchained or something, because he thinks Kevin Stefanski held him back. What a punk. An absolute punk move. And it's why the number 1 overall selection is a bust. He's got talent, but he's a punk. Nobody. And hey, want to hear this? Jalen Hurts, masters. If you wanted to put a blueprint together or you wanted to have an owner's manual on how to be a starting quarterback in the National Football League and represent your team with dignity and pride and understanding of the fans and the community, Jalen Hurts is on the front cover of it. That's a fact. There is no question. Jalen Hurts listens to so little stuff except on what his coaches are telling him and his teammates. Brilliant and right. That's a leader. That's a guy you want to go to battle with. Baker Mayfield is a guy you want to punch in the face. He's a guy, even on your own team, that you don't want to defend, but you have to because he's there. You think the Carolina Panthers O-line like that shit? And what are some of the Brown guys going? You know what they're saying? Well, it's Baker. You know what you're getting with him. They know that childish behavior. I mean, he's a child. He reminds me of a high school quarterback that just got the starting job, and he's still running around the stadium with his flag in his hand. The guy's a punk. I have no respect for that guy. And his failures have been self-inflicted wounds. Dude, they gave you every chance in Cleveland to be a star, and you shit all over yourself. Shit on coaches, trainers, equipment managers, teammates. There's people out there that actually make excuses for the guy. What's the last one here? Oh, well, you know, he took a Cleveland team over. Welcome to the NFL. That's where Jalen Hurts. Like I said, if you wanted a blueprint on how to have a quarterback conduct himself, Jalen Hurts is on the front cover. Shit, Dak's in that book. Dak has conducted himself like a true professional. When you got people in the New York Giants sidelines and coaches getting upset a couple years ago when he blew his leg out, and everybody around the league was sending best wishes and get better stuff, and his opponents, that's respect. People respect Dak because of the way he conducts himself. That's how you act. This guy's got T-shirts. Unleashed. Bro, you sucked in Cleveland. He sucks. You know what? That's the guy you do this. You bet against all the time because he's a loser. It makes no sense to me, Unleashed. Put that shit away, man. That's why I kind of had a cow a little bit with A.J. Brown still moaning about the fact that the Titans moved on from him. Bro, you got $25 million a year, $100 million, and you're crying? What's the problem here? That they moved you? Welcome to the NFL. Tyreek Hill crying about the Kansas City Chiefs. You know why he's crying more? You go from Patrick Mahomes to Tua Tagovailoa. I don't know. I think there's going to be a drop in numbers. Okay? I think that guy is going to have a real big wake-up call this year on what he had with Travis Kelce out there, Andy Reid as a play caller, and you're going to Tagovailoa. You do have Jalen Waddle on the other side, but, dude, that's a whole different world when you have Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, man. Some of these guys, why did Kansas City move on from me? Because they didn't want to pay you. They didn't want to pay you. I'd rather pay the quarterback. That's what Kansas City said. And you know what Tennessee said about AJ? I'm going to pay Derrick Henry, not you. You're not the centerpiece in Tennessee. That's what AJ has a problem with. He wasn't the centerpiece in Tennessee. He was the third dude. It went running back, quarterback, and then him. Shit, last 4 games, they didn't even need AJ or Derrick Henry. And they still were the number 1 seed in the AFC. That's what Tennessee and why they moved on. We were still the number 1 seed without him. They were the number 1 seed without him. not paying a guy $25 million. Here's $16 million. You want it or not? No? Okay. Got your money in Philly. Congratulations. We'll see how his stats look. Like I told you before, he has very underwhelming stats statistically over his career, does A.J. Brown. They are not impressive. 65 catches a year, 998 yards. Those aren't spectacular. Those aren't elite. Now, I've told you this numerous times. Do I think he's a top 10 wide receiver? I do. But he doesn't have top 10 numbers. They're not close. They're not close. How can AJ think he has more than Henry? Well, I'm not sure what you mean by that. I mean, that football team in Tennessee is run by Derrick Henry and nobody else. That movable refrigerator is one of my favorite players in the league, and I love watching that guy play. He is a freight train. And of all the backs in the game today, there is no doubt this guy had almost had 1,000 yards in 9 games or 8 games last year. Freaking unbelievable. Sills, it's too late for us. We bought steaks, the beer for the Sunday ticket. I bought my green glass. AJ played 13 games, Danny. AJ carried the team? How did he carry the team? He played 13 games. Tannehill didn't have Derrick Henry in games and A.J. Brown at times in the game, and they still were the top seed. Carried the team. Dude, that's not true. Fake news. Okay? Fake news. Henry is Tennessee. Absolutely. He is Tennessee. Hey, can I throw this team at you guys here as we get ready for tonight? I can't wait for tonight. L.A., 38-10. Rams are getting their ass kicked tonight. Remember, Big Sills told you this. Can I make a prediction? And you tell me if you subscribe or you don't subscribe to it. Why am I doing this every time I'm putting lists together? And why am I saying New Orleans Saints? Why am I saying New Orleans Saints? Olave on one side, Michael Thomas on the other side, Alvin Kamara, their defense, Latimer, all that. Why am I saying Saints? They own Tom Brady. Why am I saying Saints? Why do I see a good organization? And last year, let's not forget, before Jameis Winston went down, he was 5-1 and he was outplaying Brady. He had a better quarterback rating than Brady. And Carmichael had done a great job with him on limiting his turnovers. And I think that that's going to continue. That dynamic hasn't changed. Everyone's like, well, guess what? You don't have Sean. Sean Payton wasn't really calling the plays last year. Carmichael was. And he was working with Jameis. Jameis Winston has thrown for 5,000 yards before. Okay? Mr. International says Saints defense could be top 5. I think they are top 5. Okay? Joseph says Bills 34-30. 38-20. Won't be close. LA Rams is going to be he's going to be very upset after getting a shellacking. My grandfather's favorite word, by the way, is shellacking in the home opener. Damn. Okay? Saints are going to stink. Jameis is so overrated, it's not funny. Overrated, a guy who threw for 5,000 yards, but you probably think Jalen will throw for 5,000 yards. Okay. All right. Yeah, oh, no. Oh, man. Hey, you're right. You better hope that Saints team don't have a good year, because that pick then kind of is like not really all that hot. You better hope they suck. Okay? You better hope they suck. This guy, hey, LA Rams, 38-20. Ass beating. 3-pick Stafford. You watch. Here, wait a minute. I'm rubbing it now, rubbing it. Yep, that's about right, man. Sills, let me get what you're smoking. It's called the reality pipe. My hookah has reality here and facts here. Little facts. Little reality. Hey, Tone. Little facts. Little reality. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Sills getting chats. Oh, people get very upset when you start talking truth. Remember, that's controversial. Always remember that, my friends. You say outlandish things, people don't care. You say the truth, they care big time. Tone, remember that. You want to stir the pot? Tell the truth. Okay? Remember something. People who can't take the truth, they don't want to hear it. They want to hear their truth. And their truth is this. Oh, the Eagles did so much in the offseason. We added this guy. We added that guy. We added this guy. We added that guy. Well, how'd you play last year? We were 9-8, but we know the new pieces. We got to be better. You do? Yeah, we upgraded the talent. Okay. How'd the dream team come out for you? Well, that's not this. Okay. Did you have quarterback problems on that dream team that year? Did you guys have quarterback problems on the dream team that year? Yes or no? It's one thing to say 17 is, people go like this, dream team or 2017. You don't have quarterback issues in 17 until the guy got hurt. The dream team had quarterback issues. Rat poison. That's right, baby. Vince Young was So Jalen's better than Vince Young. He's better than Vince Young? Jalen's better than Vince Young, former NFL Rookie of the Year. Vince Young was NFL Rookie of the Year. Do you know that? He's better. Okay? You know, when he was in Tennessee, he was 31-19. Before Jeff Fisher screwed him up. Jeff Fisher sucked as a head coach for Vince Young. Okay? I think he ruined him. That's my opinion. Okay? He ruined him. I think he ruined. Hey, Vince Young didn't help himself, but he sucked as a guy. Didn't he have like Case Keenum and like Foles and people in like the building, and he cut them all? What the hell does he know about quarterbacks? Look what he did with Jared Goff when he got the Ram gig. Look what he did with that guy. That guy gets canned. They bring in Sean McVay to go to the Super Bowl. Right? Yeah. I mean, this guy had Nick Foles. Fired his ass. This guy had Jared Goff. Sean McVay comes in and they go to a Super Bowl. Better coaching. Gee, really? No. Okay. Vince Young was good, man. He had poor coaching around him. How that guy got into the USFL blows my door. You know, he hasn't had a winning team in like 13 years. And I don't know what they see in that guy. He's not a good coach. He had Steve McNair, and McNair carried his legacy. After that, he sucks. He's not good. Then he gets Vince Young and destroys Vince Young. Josh Allen have a ring yet? No, he doesn't. Except this, though. Josh Allen's got a pretty big paycheck right now. Yeah, Vince Young, Josh Allen, you're right. Oh, I can't wait for Sunday. Rent is due. Oh. Vince Young was one of the most clueless players I've ever seen when he played for the Eagles. Who was his coach? Let me guess. Hey, wait. Who was his coach? Was it Andy? Who was his coach? Was it Andy Reid? Who was hey Tone? Was it Reid that was his coach? Okay. Yeah, you know why? They didn't put an offense around the kid because the kid wasn't a real good student of the game at Texas. This is what they do with Jalen Hurts. Jalen's smart, though. He just doesn't have the skill set that Vince did or some of these other top flight guys. You build the system around the current talent you have at the position. You don't try to jam your system in and have the player conform to it. That was the big mistake. At Texas, you know what Mac Brown did? Go get us a win. And he went and got wins. Early on in Tennessee, that's what he did. Then they started putting structure. That's not a structured player. Greg Cosell said the same thing about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts doesn't play well in a structured offense. That's not me. That's him saying it. Okay? Yeah, but you know what they did, Dank? Okay? What they're doing in Philly, though, they're at least building an offense around him. And that's why when Sirianni goes like this, hey, it's not open, take off, they're okay with it. I told you this the other day. The best thing the Eagles can do, let Jalen Hurts be the best Jalen Hurts he can be. Don't turn him into Josh Allen. He ain't. If you guys are expecting Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson, any of those other dudes, he's a one of. Let him be the best guy he could be. And as he gets older in the sport, his progression reading will get better and better and better. But let him win games so he can build up the assets and he can build up the equity that he needs for coordinators and teams to go like this. This guy can play. Don't try changing the guy. I said that the other day to you. Let this guy be the best version of Jalen Hurts he can be. So what he doesn't allow the routes to continue, and he doesn't. That's the problem that he has with being a one-read quarterback. That's why the addition of A.J. Brown doesn't matter. Instead of his focus being on Devontae like it was last year, it'll be a one read on A.J. And hopefully he finds Dallas Goedert. Goedert's going to be an easy find for him because it's the tight end position and he's in the seam. Those are very easy. Okay? Those are very easy. So he's and look, like I said to you yesterday, one of the problems that he has, and right now when you watch game film on him, go watch any game. Wideouts get up, say a 15-yard in or out. Jalen drops back. Wide receiver gets into his route. He takes off when 60% of the route is completed, instead of allowing it to get to 98% where that quarterback is sitting. This is Wentz's problem. Wentz sits there too long, and he doesn't have that timing from the last 95% of the route to the 100%, and that's why he gets sacked. He doesn't have the ability to get the kid the ball in that one little – that's the window everyone talks about. Jalen's window's right here. It has to be this big. He ain't throwing in windows like this. That guy can't throw into windows like this. Who do you think he is? Tom Brady, Joe Burrow? He's not. That's why the Eagles, and it's smart. It's smart. Not open? Sirianni said it 2 days ago. Hey, if it's not open, run. Okay. That's exactly what they're coaching. That's how they're coaching him. I think they're going to win a lot of games doing it that way. But to sit there and say that you're going to see 1,000-yard receivers and all this, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Oh, man. It's completely ridiculous. He's not that guy. Dank says something here, and again, this is, again, when I talk about rat poison. Dank, you're right, though. We're guessing. By default, it's a new year and a new Jalen. But he'll always go to what he's comfortable doing when he's struggling, as everyone in life does. Coach that. I'm not saying curtail that. Now, again, he's not going to play 14 years with that style. But okay, no one cares about 14 years from now. They care about Sunday. Okay? Just because Dan doesn't like his style, I'm talking to you about who he is right now. Thinks it's not a winning form. Where do you say I don't think it's a winning formula? You're going to the NFC Championship game. Where are you hearing that? Forrest. Hey, Forrest. Run, Forrest, run. E-Coon, run, Forrest. Where are you getting that from? The biggest question at the end of the year with Herts is going to be, are you going to pay him $40 million? Honestly. Josh Allen has an arm where he can make top-level window throws. Absolutely. He's a top-flight quarterback with tremendous arm talent. Why do you spend every day talking about Jalen? Because, James, your season relies on it. Oh, I got another guy here in a minute. By the way, all these topics that I bring up, you're not listening. Because I got thousands of things that I've written. You don't listen very well. That's all you're hearing. That's all you're hearing, you mean. Remember that. See, when a host says something and you only take in 5% of what he says, that's a you thing, not a me thing. Because that's all you're hearing. Your entire season relies on that guy having success, just like in Green Bay, just like in Tampa, just like in Baltimore. Anywhere that you have a top-flight quarterback, not saying Philly has one because they don't, but every place that you have a question mark at the quarterback, even when you don't, that position dictates your success. Plain and simple, the league has set it up that way. Sills, are you worried about the Eagle D-line like I am? Got a topic on that. I'm going to hit on it here in a minute. Dan, how can Hertz not have a winning formula, but you still predict? No. I said coach him what he does best. You think the Eagles are going to conform back to running the ball? And because the NFC is not deep, you're going to win potentially 12 ball games. But you're not going to put up 35. You're not going to put up big passing numbers. I don't believe it. That's not who I think he is. I could be wrong. I do not believe I am. Can't wait for Monday's show. Sal, me too, man. And I promise you this, guys. You're never going to hear me. Tone, you're never going to hear me say this. I told you so. Because I'm not rooting for anybody's failure. Not true. Not true. Why would I want Jalen to fail so my show doesn't have a lot of folks wanting to watch it? Why would I want that? I love content. I don't care what that content looks like. But nobody likes to hear dumb shit. And nobody likes to hear negative all the time. I'm telling you right now, this team has the deepest roster in the NFC. I can't tell you how many times I've said that. And that might be good enough to win it. You don't have to you could have Joe Flacco win a Super Bowl. You could have Nick Foles and win a Super Bowl. It's been proven. Those guys aren't elite. Shit, those guys are far. Jimmy Garoppolo got to a Super Bowl. Nobody considers him elite. Brian goes, I believe you're wrong because you always are. Okay. I wasn't wrong about Devontae Smith not having big numbers his first year. I said that guy's drafted to the wrong team. And I love the kid. Well, he ain't ever putting big numbers up like Jamar Chase in this offense. Ever. You think he's putting 1,500 yards up? Shit. You kidding me? Has anybody ever had 1,500 yards in the Eagle offense? I think T.O. had 1,400 in 2004. I think he had like 1,400. I don't think anybody's ever put up 1,500 yards. I could be wrong. I know nobody's ever had 100 catches as a wideout. Where am I going here now? Okay. And somebody threw this at me here a couple minutes ago. I believe the guy who has to have the biggest impact this year on that defensive football team has to be Hassan Reddick. He is the linchpin if you're going to be decent this year. You don't get a pass rush, I don't care what you have in the secondary. They'll get eat up like they did a year ago. How Jonathan Gannon uses that guy, I have no idea how he's going to use him. You can't line him up every down. That's what Arizona and Carolina realized. He's not an every down guy. Dude, if I see Hassan Reddick covering tight ends, that's a win for my offense. Taking him out of the pass rush, I heard Jonathan Gannon saying, hey, he could cover tight ends. I'm like, that ain't it, my friend, because he's not very good at it. And I don't care what kind of bill of goods they're selling you. Watch him on film. He ain't that hot at it. That guy's, and that tight end in Detroit, he's not bad. I can't wait to see how this guy, you see the problem. Hey, you know what's crazy? Everyone goes like this on Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is now playing on his third team in 3 years. So is Hassan Reddick. So is Hassan Reddick. Why do you think Hassan Reddick is playing on his third team in 3 years? Okay? Dan Sileo will take Lawrence over Herts. Trevor Lawrence over Jalen Hurts? Any day, anytime, and twice on Tuesday. Absolutely. Why has Hassan Reddick been now going on his third team in 3 years, you think? Dude, didn't Matt Rule coach him at Temple? Weren't they boys? Maybe he wanted to come home. Coming home and getting paid and being in a system for another year. Hassan Reddick, man. Yeah, well, get this, Popcorn TV. Carolina Panthers didn't want to give him any money. They let him walk. Arizona let him walk. If he's this elite, who lets elite pass rushers walk out the door? Do you ever see elite pass rushers, edge rushers? In today's league where you need corners, edge rushers, wideouts, and a quarterback. The paid positions in the NFL today, they let two teams let them walk out the door, didn't think twice of it. No coincidence. That's right, Kevin. He's one-dimensional. He's not a first and second down guy. That's what other teams realize. And Gannon's going to try to come up with a way to use him. I say he's a situational pass rusher. Now, how much of the game do you think you're going to be in pass rushing situations? 75% of the game? Okay. So he's not in, say, between 25 and 30% of the plays? That's the trade-off here. But you can't put that guy in 95% of the plays. They'll start running at him. And by week 13, he's done. He won't finish the year. You've got to play him. He's 6'1", 235. Derrick Henry, 6'3.5", 255. You got a running back to Tennessee bigger than the dude. You can't have a 6'1", 237-pound dude. Okay? Chandler Jones had 5 sacks in one game last year, and you know what he finished the season with? 10. Real productive. Though, again, false numbers. There's a great example of it. Guy had like 5 sacks in one of the first couple games of the year. Then the rest of the year, he had like 11 or something like that. So he had 6 sacks the rest of the 16 games. Yeah, productive. Elvis Dumervil. That's such a bad take. Elvis Dumervil, the reason that he left his team was because of a clerical error by the Denver Broncos. They didn't get it in on time, which made him a free agent. And the NFL Players Association so dubbed him that. And that's why he left Denver. It's not because it was a dumb mistake by the Denver Broncos. I know Elvis Dumervil. And Elvis Dumervil was used in a system that he was a good run stopper. Okay? Reddick's snap count percentages in 2020, 79%, 2021, 83%. Reddick struggles in run situations. That's why he put on size this season. Eagles are going to make him earn every bit of it. See those numbers, 79% and 83%? That's why he's not on any of those teams. Because he's got to be around 75% of the plays. And he'll be more effective. He'll earn his money, Tone, not getting him beat up, not having him play the run. Dude, if that guy's covering tight ends and backs out of the backfield, what a waste of dough. I think it's a waste of dough with what they do to Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons can cover tight ends, but why? His strength is pass rushing and getting around the hula hoop. That's where I think Dan Quinn fails on that kid. Can you imagine? Hey, Lawrence Taylor can cover and he did cover tight ends, but that's not what Belichick was doing with him. They were rushing that hoss off the corner, and he was destroying quarterbacks. This guy wasn't covering tight ends. LT, man, rushed the passer. Difference was LT could play the run, though, too. A.J. Brown, best receiver in today's NFL. Really. Better than Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase. Seriously. Really? Whew. That kid in Minnesota has 3,000 yards in 2 years and 200 catches in 2 years. By season's end, he's going to be the best wideout in the sport. How you doing? How you doing? We have Kaiser White to cover tight ends. I like that kid. I do. I like that kid, man. I think Kaiser White, in my opinion, is going to make the Pro Bowl this year. Hey, Hassan Reddick, he's got to be special this year, but they got to play him right. They're going to get greedy, and they're going to play him on first and second down. That's going to be a disaster. Okay? I need this kid standing in week 18. Okay? I need him standing then. I don't need just him taking on blocks and 6'6", 350-pound guys. Okay? This guy's not – he's not Aaron Donald. You got to protect this guy. Play him on the weak side. Weak side LB. Put him in space. Let him do what he does. Again, coaching. This comes back to Jonathan Gannon. Hey, don't get pissed at Big Sills. Get pissed at Jonathan Gannon when this guy doesn't know what to do with him. My friends, don't forget, our good friends at Morgan & Morgan, where the fee is free. What do you think of the edge rusher rotation should be? Great take. We're going to talk about that when we come back in here. Let me finish up here with Morgan & Morgan. I love that tone. The fee is free for this reason. If you're hurt or injured on the job, there's no other law firm in the country that will protect you and your family's rights like Morgan & Morgan. Past 30 years, they have collected over $13.5 billion for clients. For the people is not a slogan. It is who they are. Over 800 attorneys and offices in Philly, New York, and in Florida make it so that everybody that goes into a courtroom with Morgan & Morgan is protected and defended. Call them at 800-512-1600. That's 800-512-1600. The call is free. The consultation's free. 800-512-1600. And when you call Morgan & Morgan, tell them Big Sil sent you.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. When you're hit from behind in a car crash, the insurance company may try to say, you can't possibly be hurt. It was only a few miles an hour. It's simply not true. You see, here's the thing. Getting hit at 10 miles per hour is like falling off of this. 15 miles per hour, like this. And only 25 miles per hour, this. Injured, dial pound law. There's only one Morgan & Morgan.
My wife was in an accident that changed our lives forever. She was in rehabilitation for years. She had to learn to walk again. She couldn't take care of herself. We couldn't afford a nurse. We were running out of options. One conversation with Pond Lee Hockey changed everything. They understood what we were going through and immediately helped us navigate the legal process. We can't thank them enough.
Pond Lee Hockey. Tell us your story.
Go for the polls and the pools. Go for the oohs and the ahs. Go for the bubbles and the bubbly. Go for the story and the stories. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
It's the #1 news at 10 p.m. Action News on PHL 17. Join Shari Williams, Gray Hall, Deuces Rogers, and meteorologist Adam Joseph for all the big stories at a time that's right for you. Action News at 10 p.m. on PHL 17.
I get scared sometimes.
Of a lot of things.
Joining in.
Decisions.
The dark.
The dark.
But I once heard someone say,
But as I always say,
it's okay to be afraid.
As long as you face the fear.
And keep moving forward.
Wherever you are in life, count on the name trusted in insurance for over 80 years. Independence Blue Cross.
Welcome to Pond Lee Hockey. We've helped over 100,000 injured and disabled workers obtain benefits, as well as some of the biggest settlements in the state. If you've been injured at work, give Pond Lee Hockey a call.
At Stateside Vodka, every new customer gets the world's best rocks glass. Free.
What's that?
A rocks glass?
You're telling me that bottle is cut in half?
You could say that. Holy shit.
And you're telling me I can get one of these glasses for free?
That's right. One free rocks glass per customer with each first-time purchase of Stateside Vodka. So good, it just disappears.
Big Sil, National Football Show, please hit the like button. I give Howie Roseman some credit here. Yeah. I messed up on the Justin Jefferson deal. Okay, cool. A lot of GMs don't do that. I heard him say that. I was like, okay. Okay. I think this is what's made him a better general manager. I think he's become a better general manager over the last 3 seasons because he listens more. I think when he got put in the broom closet during the Chip Kelly years, I think that whole situation there, and then the Doug Peterson fiasco with Carson, all of that has made him a better general manager today than he was, say, 5 years ago. He listens more. And do you know why you can see the success? It's not so much, look, it's not so much on the field yet. Last year was a great beginning. Andrew Berry gets hired. Joe Douglas gets hired. Andy Waddell gets hired as an assistant general manager in Pittsburgh. People around him are now, not only is Howie rebuilding the team on paper and the roster, but he's done a hell of a job at putting people in right key positions when it comes to evaluating talent. The Justin Jefferson mistake, the fiasco with Wentz and Foles, the fiasco with Doug, the fiasco with Kelly, when no one was looking in the building at his influence or his opinions anymore. All of that has turned him into a different guy. That's why when you bring Howie Roseman's name up to people, if you're an old school media guy still, you still got some reservations because you look at the shitty picks. Here, I'll give you a great example. The last 2 years, and you look at his draft choices, the last 2 years, you like him. Go back to that 2000 draft. It's terrible. Jalen Hurts is really the only guy saving that potential draft. 19 was an abomination. Shit, I think the only guy on the team, hey, Tone, am I right? The only guy on that 2019 draft is Jalen Hurts. Rest of that draft sucked, especially in the top end. So he's become a better GM, and I think he's listening more. He's got quality personnel people around him now. Got to remember this. Okay, Jalen Hurts in that draft, he may save it. But what Howie Roseman's forte is, Quez is in that draft too. Thank you, Canjo. He was. Quez is a fine ball player too. I wouldn't say great, but he was underdrafted. He should have been a third rounder. So he got premium on that. Quez, that's a premium. Anytime you get a guy in a latter round and you see what he is, okay? Jack Driscoll too, and I said this 2 days ago. I like him. Okay? But where I think he's gotten better at is listening to his guys. And I would also say this to you. He's a capologist. This guy here is the ultimate Moneyball guy. And if you could put Moneyball together in today's NFL and manage that cap, hey, here, watch this. If the Dallas Cowboys have had Howie Roseman as general manager, they'd have won 5 Super Bowls by now. Since that Jimmy Johnson era. What's the biggest problem? What's the biggest problem that the Cowboys have? They overpay for their dudes. Okay, they overpay for their dudes. Mr. International, I thought it was more like $9 million that he freed up. Oh, I think it's 6.9 in cap space. I thought I saw 6.9 in cap space. Okay? Real quick here. Before I get on to Jeff Stoutland, and I love Tone's comment. Okay? I love Tone's comment here. What do you think of the edge rusher rotation should be? I'll get to that here in a minute. So you see what's going on in San Francisco with Trey Lance? You don't start Division I AA quarterbacks in the NFL. Not in today's game. Carson Wentz and Trey Lance are the only dudes that are Division I AA guys. Now, some would go, Flacco starting. Well, he's starting because what's his name's injured. Zach Wilson. Okay? And anybody starting right now for an injured quarterback probably is a Division I AA guy. That shit don't work anymore. We find the McNairs in different schools and some of these other guys in smaller schools, 1AA. Doesn't work like that. Oh, and by the way, most of the guys that are 1AA guys, those guys are pretty much journeyman dudes, like Ryan Fitzpatrick and them guys. Okay? How's that panning out playing at a nothing college when it comes to talent that you play against? And North Dakota State plays against nobody. Where I'm going, because I brought this up yesterday, and I'll continue it. Trey Lance, as a starting quarterback in the NFL on a Super Bowl roster like the 49ers, is a joke. So what you've done is you looked at a marathon guy or you looked at a decathlete and trying to tell me he's a football player because he's a great athlete. Tom Brady couldn't jump over a stack of rulers. Peyton Manning couldn't jump over 4 quarters. And what does that have to do with athleticism? Playing that position. Okay? What does that have to do with why do you think Deebo Samuel wanted out? He saw Trey Lance. He knew what the writing was on the wall. So they bring Garoppolo back, and then they find out today he's not a captain on the team. You know, the players vote for that. It sounds like things are going well in San Francisco. Hey, that helps that helps the Eagles. Because that roster is pretty damn impressive. That's a good football team. Okay? Went to the NFC title game again. And I said this, Garoppolo will be the starting quarterback by week 4. Week 4. And you wasted 3 ones on a dude who can't play. Some go, Sills, Justin Fields is getting better. Yeah, well, he's a Division I guy. And I do think he showed some promise. I backed up on him a little and said, hey, I thought he got better by the end of camp. That's because they played him. And he went through some trials and tribulations, and he also went through some adversity. I thought he got better. I did. San Francisco, you're right, Steven. It's a shit show right now. Rams must be loving that. LA Rams, man, he must be loving that, watching San Francisco having a quarterback meltdown. Don't worry. Hey, Rams, Garoppolo will be back there, man, and he'll take you out again. Don't worry about it. Kyle will get him again. He'll take you out. Didn't they split last year, 49ers and Rams? Don't worry. They'll get you, man. They're more physical than the Rams, the 49ers. Oh, yeah, man. Hey, watch this. I bet you the Rams win 10 games this year. Tonight, they're going to take a huge L. Bam. It's going to be like a baseball bat being hit over the head. Bam. Bam. Hey, LA Rams, by the end of the game tonight, you're going to be like this. Hey, man, Big Sills here, National Football Show. You're going to have to show up tomorrow on your hands and knees. Sorry, Sills. Hey, you were right. Hey, you were right, Big Sills. It's okay, man. I don't usually take that. It's okay. Big Sills is right. Oh, man. Josh Allen's going to throw for 350 yards and 3 touchdowns tonight against your guys. Aaron Donald's going to go. What? All right, man. Jeff Stoutland. I love that guy, man. I do. Jeff Stoutland is the best coach on that coaching staff in Philly. The rest of them, they're okay. The reason you won 9 games last year was not because of Shane Steichen. Not because of Nick Sirianni. It's because you have the best O-line coach in the NFL. And he coaches those dudes up. He says Landon Dickerson's the best improved player in his group. That is so great to hear. That he's giving that kid that kind. I can't think that a guy like that gives those kind of kudos out like that. Okay? I can't think it. I love that coach. He is the best position coach in that. I'm trying to think if there's a better position coach in the NFL than him. He's got to be the best. Okay? He's got to be. Man, Eagles will easily beat the Bills. The Eagles will not beat the Bills. Southland looks like he could be Sills' uncle. I love him, man. I just love the way he talks. Hey. Come on, LA. Don't get mad at me, man. Don't get mad at me. I don't want you to be upset when your team gets their head pushed in. It's okay. It's going to be ugly tonight. It's not going to be close. Maybe for a little bit. Maybe for a little bit. Then the Bills are going to take the whooping stick out. It's going to be over. Be ugly. Very, very ugly. Can't even beat the Cowboys. That's a true statement, my friend. Mulata versus Hutchinson. That's going to be interesting. Okay? Sills, the ref from here. Stout like Big Sills. You tell it how it is. William. William, don't say that. Dank goes, the NFL doesn't want to blow out tonight. That's a good take, my friend. Bobby Wagner threw a gap in the big moment in the game. Oh, yeah? Okay, we'll see. Josh Allen's going to show everybody why he's going to win the Most Valuable Player award this year. Either him or Lamar Jackson. I love Lamar. You don't have my deal done by tomorrow, I'm going to be an Eagle by next year. Oh, I said it. I said it. Oh, my God, Lamar will be – okay, I'm going to go over some of these games, too. I want to go over that rotation. I promise I got to hit on that because I love that topic. I say Stafford isn't being honest about that. Come on, Tone. Tone's throwing reality at me now. Damn you, dude. I agree with you. This is why I think the Rams are going to struggle tonight a little bit. Tone's like, I think Stafford isn't being honest about the elbow. And when you watch him throw, I think he does have issues with it still. He's going to force it in there. He'll have 2 picks. Okay? In critical moments. I'm going to tell you, I agree with you 100%, Tone. I don't think the Rams are being honest with everybody. You know, it's kind of like the hockey rule. You don't really tell everybody what your faults are and your weaknesses are right now or your injuries. You don't want to say that. Stafford's fine. I know. 38-20. It's going to be terrible. Mulata should sing Michael Jackson's back to him after his first pancake block. Really, Philly? Okay. Don't get beat on that first move. You know Jordan Mulata gets beat on that first move, man. He can't get back into a technique. Still an issue for him a little bit. Okay, still an issue. Hertz is better than Lamar. See that? Hawk says Jalen Hurts is better than Lamar. Lamar Jackson, a consensus, and he was a consensus MVP, won 14-2 one year, beat Patrick Mahomes last year, and Jalen's better. Where in his career in the NFL do you see that? What moment? Let me guess. The Saints, his first year starting. Okay. Oh, Lamar, Jalen. Well, that brings a smile to my face. Yes, the Eagles need to stomp. They absolutely need to, man. Lamar betting on himself. It's the way it should be always, man. Bet on yourself. Ignore Hawk. He's just going to be pro-Eagles no matter what. Nothing wrong with being pro-Eagles, man. Absolutely not. I don't have anything against anybody who's pro-Eagles or pro-Jalen. Good for you, man. It's all good. Nobody's wrong here. Okay? Nobody's wrong. Well, after 60 minutes are played on Sunday, somebody's going to be. Why do you even entertain? Because I think it's what you just said, Stephen H., because it's entertaining. Jalen's better than Joe Burrow. There. Oh, 13-2. Thank you. I'm sorry. He was 13-2 with the unanimous MVP award. Yeah, I forgot. That's right. My mistake. He was 13-2. And he's won 79% of his ball games. He's been in the league. No, Sills, he's strong. Matthew Stafford will be wrong by tonight. Oh, okay. We're going to find out, man. Did Lamar make the playoffs in his second year? No, he went to the playoffs in his first year. They played the Chargers. He went in his first year, if you remember right. They made the playoffs in his first year. They got beat by the Chargers. This is too much fun. We are getting so much closer to the start of the NFL and watching LA Rams' team get their ass kicked tonight. I want to reset everything. I also want to talk a little bit more about the goals of the team this year and the benchmarks I want to see them set. Please hit the like button. Hour 3, keep it here on the National Football Show.
The greatest fans on earth. It's a bold statement, but would you expect anything less from Philadelphia? 58 years of heartache creates a toughness, a grit, a resolve not found in most. Sure, our prayers were answered, but now that we've had a taste, we're looking for more. Pondley Hockey, official partner of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Do you stream on a Roku, Fire Stick, Android TV, or Apple TV? Now you can watch 6ABC 24/7 with the 6ABC Philadelphia streaming app.
The big story on Action News.
Search 6ABC Philadelphia and start streaming today.
Go passionately. Go fearlessly. Go confidently.
Go Birds!
Go confidently towards your goals with First Trust, Philly's hometown bank for nearly 90 years and the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles. We're focused on getting you over the goal line. So go with conviction, go with trust,
Go Birds!
and go forward with us by your side. First Trust Bank, the official bank of Philadelphia dreams. Oh, and go Birds.
Welcome to Pondley Hockey, the largest workers' compensation law firm in Pennsylvania. With over 250 years of combined courtroom experience, we've helped over 100,000 injured and disabled workers obtain benefits, as well as some of the biggest settlements in the state. Even better, Pondley Hockey doesn't charge a dime until you win. If you've been injured at work, give Pondley Hockey a call.
Go for the midnight dares. Go for the game. Go for the hits. Go for the fans. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
Hour 3, National Football Show. We are getting closer and closer to the start of what I say is a national holiday, the first week of the national football season. Thanks so much for coming aboard. Please hit the like button. Thank you guys so much. Tone, let me hear what you like as a rotation. And I want to, because you're a great sense for the fans. Tell me what you think is a good rotation for Gannon and how you look at the talent that they've acquired and how they should go about it. By the way, Josh Sweat, in my opinion, I think he's going to prove this year that he's going to be in every down D lineman. I really like the kid. I think the kid's going to really play, and I think he's going to be a factor this year if he's put in the right position and he's put in a good position. Okay? I just don't think the defensive coordinator's good. Herts will be MVP. Yeah. Oh, man. Herts will be MVP. Hey, just so I make sure, I keep telling you guys, 38-20 tonight. Bills destroy the Rams. It's going to be awful to watch. All those, yeah, but don't worry about it because you know what happens? Rams fans, they usually leave by second quarter anyway. You know, they're not real fans. Got to beat the traffic, you know. Can you imagine an Eagle fan leaving the fourth quarter when their team's killing somebody? And by the way, they're not leaving ever. Okay, no way. You're not leaving that. You're not leaving Lincoln Financial. Rams fans do this. Oh, you know, it's a lot of traffic out there on the 405. And I got to get in there. You know, I don't want to be in 3 hours of traffic. Really great football fans. Yeah. 3 hours of traffic. Yeah, and you know what's really suck if you're a Rams fan? Knowing that LA is still a Raider town. Tell me how that doesn't aggravate you. There's more Raider fans in Los Angeles than Rams and Charger fans combined. There's no Cowboy fans in Philly. Okay. There's no Jet fans in Boston. Okay. There's none of that, man. That town is owned by Raider fans. What do you think Kroenke didn't want to have the Raiders in the building with him? And he took the soft-ass Chargers and that weak-ass fan base of theirs. Okay? Here's what my friend Tone says. First down, Barnett, Graham. Second down, Sweat, Graham. Third down, Sweat, Reddick. This is edge rushers he's looking at. Boy, that's a lot of rotations. That's a lot of guys in and out. That means you got a creative defensive coordinator. And to see, he's not wrong. You see, but I would do it this way. He's got it on down situation. I got yards. First down, that's right. Okay, he just added, depends on down and distance. Correct. Because you might want Sweat and Reddick if it's 2nd and 8, right? You might want it that way. 2nd and 8, you put those two dudes in, and I think you go by situational on what the down and distance is. Okay? What does that mean? To have an effective pass rush, Tone, and everyone else, you got to win first down. Last year, the Eagles got killed on first down. Teams had gaping holes, and one of the worst first down teams in the league last year were the Eagles. They got to make that better, okay? You got to get better defensive play, and you got to make that thing third. You want Reddick to play a lot, and you want Reddick to be on the field a lot, you got to be in situations for him, 3rd and long, 2nd and long, okay? Stuff like that. Then you can keep him on the field, and you can have him 80% of the time. But if you're going to – watch this. Here, if you're 2nd and 4, Reddick shouldn't be on the field. He shouldn't be on the field. 2nd and 4? They won that sequence. Good. Watch this. They gain a yard on 3rd down. 3rd and 3? 3rd and 3, you're going to run it. Why would I have Hassan Reddick on the field in a run situation where he struggles on the run? Makes no sense. That's why, to me, that guy's got to be situationally played correct. And edge rushing is going to be a key to this thing here on how your whole entire defense is going to look. And, boy, I'll tell you what, Tone wants all those. He's not wrong. But get this. That's a community. Listen to what he said. This is not wrong on a team that's been together for a while. But Tone wants to do this. First down, And again, to his point, and he understands it, down and distance is the key to this thing, but I'm using his benchmark here. And by the way, Tone, you're not wrong, except for one thing here. I'll show you. Barnett and Graham, first down, second down, Sweat and Graham, third down, Sweat and Reddick. Okay, great. Boy, that's a lot of communication. That's a lot of communication for a lot of new dudes. Okay? Because then what are you doing in the secondary? And for the record, if I've got Sweat and Reddick in there, are you playing press coverage or are you playing zone coverage? What are you doing? Okay? You got to play press coverage. Anytime Reddick's in the game, you got to play press. Because you're trying to get to the quarterback as quick as you possibly can. You let that quarterback just sit back there and pick you apart, and you're playing zone, and that weak-ass Jonathan Gannon zone, it won't matter. Hassan Reddick is on the field. In the passing league, 3rd and 3 could easily be a passing down. Yeah, when you got a quarterback like Tom Brady, yeah. But you think 3rd and 3 is Tennessee? You think 3rd and 3 is Philly? 3rd and 3, they're going to run the ball in Philadelphia. They're not going to throw it. 3rd and 6, they're going to throw it. Now, you might throw to Goddard at 3rd and 3, but you got a quarterback that struggles in letting the plays develop. You're not going to go 4 seconds or 3.5 seconds with Jalen Hurts on 3rd and 3. It's counterproductive to what you have in your huddle. I'm going to line up right behind Jordan Mailata, and I'm going to get that 3 yards. You're going to run the ball 3rd and 3 in Philly. I'm not going to throw it. Why? Again, I keep telling you guys, that's right. You're right, Tone. He's like, damn, I love this game. The chess match is it's completely a chess match. It's completely a chess match. You are so right. I'm going to say it again to you. So this is what I know that the Lions are going to try to do to the Eagles on Sunday. They're going to put 8 in the box. They're going to try to win first down. They were killed last year, 238 on the ground. They were killed. They can't lose if they lose first down, shit, it'll be 44-6 again. It'll be 44-6. And like I told you yesterday, I'll tell you what, after that ass beating that they gave the Lions, the Eagles, they were 3-3 down the stretch. Goff was 101.8 quarterback rating. They took that ass beating to heart, and they got better. Okay? They got better. Dude, Omar, if you guys are telling me you got the corners that you say you are, you better be in press all day. Why the F would I play a 10-yard zone coverage and keep everything underneath unless that coordinator, that's how his makeup is? Dude, okay, this guy's not going to change his stripes because he has Hassan Reddick. Coordinators don't change their – wait, watch this. So you think if Buddy Ryan had less talent, like they say last year that Gannon had, you think Buddy's going to run a soft zone coverage? You know what Buddy's going to do? He's going to come after your quarterback and try to knock him out of the game every single play he can. See, here's the difference. If you play zone coverage, that's a slow death. You play press coverage, you could get sliced up immediately if you don't have the personnel. Gannon believes this. I'm going to die by slow razor cuts. Then instead of getting gouged. That's how he looks at it. And he's looking at you to make mistakes. Now, look, it's a lot harder to play defense today. And I see that being played a lot in the NFL. Bend but don't break, keep everything underneath. You can't hit these guys. So you kind of like hoping that offense makes mistakes. And Goff is prone to make mistakes. My money is on Jared Goff throwing 2 picks in that game on Sunday. Now, if you play zone coverage, Jared Goff is a pro quarterback that's been to a Super Bowl. and won an NFC title. Okay? If you don't press and you don't pressure him, shit, that guy will complete passes the same way those quarterbacks go. It doesn't matter if you got James Bradbury and Darius Slay. Yeah, Darius Slay last year didn't matter. Quarterbacks were completing percentages against the Eagles secondary like it was high school. Goddard is going to be an absolute nightmare for the Lions to cover on Sunday. He is going to be a nightmare. I'll make a small prediction to you. Okay, Goddard's probably going to have 115 yards, touchdown. He's going to be big in this game. He'll be big. Okay, he'll be big in that game. Tone says they have to hit Goff. It'll rattle him. Yeah, because you know what he does? He does the same thing that Hertz does. But Hertz doesn't panic. Goff panics in the pocket. And when he panics, he rushes his plays. Jalen can run. Jalen's not a coward in the pocket. I think that Goff has happy feet in the pocket when you pressure him. I think when you move him around, I think you can get to him. I think he's a guy that he panics back there a bit. And I think that's the inconsistency that he has when he has pressure in his face. You can watch him when teams don't get pressure on him. Okay? No, Steve, I don't think Hertz has happy feet. I think Hertz knows who he is as a player. See, this is what everyone else hates about him, though. Okay? This is what people don't like. He's never going to win a game like Josh Allen or Burrow. But he is going to win a game because he knows how to play the position and he knows who he is in his own skin and in his own athleticism. He understands who he is. Okay? And to be able to read and find wideouts, that's going to take shit, man. Patrick Mahomes is saying he's still learning how to read defenses. All of a sudden, Jalen Hurts is going to be a better pass reader of progressions than Patrick Mahomes, who was one of the most accomplished players in the league. How old is Patrick Mahomes? 25? How many conference title games has he been to? Super Bowl MVPs, regular season MVPs. He still talks about reading defenses. But your guy all of a sudden has turned into like the greatest quarterback in reading defenses in NFL history. Shit, Brady spends the majority of his week working on reading defenses. This is not something that comes in 7 months. It's only been 7 months since Jalen Hurts was embarrassed by the Bucs. Okay? He's 26. Patrick Mahomes has almost put together a Hall of Fame career in his accomplishments. Numerous AFC championship games. He's already an MVP in the Super Bowl and regular season. It's crazy. Very accomplished. I think the only guy that would be more accomplished at 26 would have to be Brady. They think Hertz is Steve Young. Hey, that he ain't. Okay? That he's not. Mr. International says, listen, Hertz better have at least 300-plus passing game this year, or in my eyes, he's a letdown. Hey, man, you win 12, 13 games. Is he really? You think he's really a letdown if he wins 12 games and you have home field advantage in the NFC? I don't know. Hey, watch this. Like I said, if Jalen Hurts comes in and he has 3,400 yards passing and 25 touchdowns and 5 picks, and he runs for 600 yards, and you win 12 games, are you going to shit on that? I mean, I don't, but again, I don't know how to pay that. And that's for Howie to figure out, because that'll be the big debate. If he goes for 3,600 yards, 25 touchdowns, 5 picks, 600 yards, and they win 12 games, and they have home field advantage, I don't know how you pay that. And I think that's the problem they're having in Baltimore. Don't you, Tone? Because they look at the passing stats of Lamar. Man, the guy only had 3,100 yards throwing the ball the year he won the MVP award. He did have 33 touchdowns, which led the league. 33 or 36, I forget. But he also had 1,400 yards rushing. That's why when you guys are going 600 yards rushing, 4,500 yards passing, there's nobody in the sport that will ever do that. Nobody does that. Lamar Jackson can't do that. And you think Jalen's going to do that? Okay. We'll see. 4,500. Hey, you're asking a guy to do something no quarterback in the league has done. Baltimore is afraid of the Cam Newton effect. Then why wouldn't you be afraid of the Cam Newton effect in Philadelphia as well? Lamar is trending in that direction if he keeps taking hits. God, he plays with such a reckless abandon. I love the guy, and I was so wrong about the guy. I didn't think he was that accurate. He turned out to be accurate. But I should have known because he was a star in college when he won the Heisman. He's always been that guy. Your boy got beat out in Alabama. They went with the more accurate guy. Truthfully, I don't know if that was the right move. Nick made that move and forever stamped Jalen Hurts. That move, just like with Spencer Rattler, who in their right mind would draft Spencer Rattler number 1 after losing his job to Caleb Williams? Dude, you can't win a job in college. You can't start in the NFL like that. Okay? You know? But I got to say, to Joe Burrow said the same thing. Sills, they told me I couldn't play at Ohio State. I lost my job at Ohio State. They thought that Dwayne Haskins, God rest his soul, and kid coming in from Georgia, Justin Fields, was better. He goes to LSU and has one of the most iconic seasons in the history of college football. And inside of 3 years, he wins a national championship, the Heisman Trophy, and he wins an AFC championship. That's quite an accomplishment for a young player like that. Okay? That's quite an accomplishment. Hertz will have a good year. It's funny, in 2017, a good year wouldn't have won the Super Bowl in Philly. Hertz has to have a spectacular year. Okay? Don't you think he has to have an MVP type season for you to win a Super Bowl? You think he could be mediocre and average? Wentz wasn't. And Foles wasn't in the postseason. Those guys were the stars of the team, actually. What Foles did in the playoffs was insane, even the next year. Was it for Brick Hands Jeffries in that New Orleans game? God knows what would have happened with Foles in Philly. Okay? If Bricks Jeffries doesn't drop that ball, who knows what would have happened? Hertz went to Oklahoma and crushed it, though. He did? The Big 12. The worst power conference in the country. The worst power conference in the country, you heard me right, is the Big 12. Okay? The worst. They play no defense. Texas sucks. OU, every time they get into a game against any Southeastern Conference or Ohio State, they get destroyed. OU in a bowl game and OU in the semifinals. Look it up and see how that thing looks. It's not just Jalen. It's everybody. They get destroyed. Look at the Big Ten. Last year, Michigan played against Georgia. They were destroyed. Ree, I say this to this day, Ree, and I'll continue to say this to this day. if Jeffries catches that ball in New Orleans the year after you guys win the Super Bowl, I think you guys win another NFC championship. God knows what would have happened in the Super Bowl. And I think they ship Wentz out of town. You're not going to get rid of a guy who wins 2 straight NFC titles. And I don't give a shit what you did with Carson Wentz. You're not going to send that guy out of town. And also this too. I heard D Gunn talking about Carson or Nick Foles. So Nick Foles has, what's that coach's name down in Doug Marrone. He's got Doug Marrone in Jacksonville, and then he goes to the greatness of Chicago where they kill every quarterback that gets drafted there. He's had shitty coaching for the last 2 stops he's had. I mean, coaching matters. And every time he's been around good coaching, Nick Foles, here, watch this. Nick Foles in with the Rams and Jeff Fisher, another shitty coach. There's something to it. Remember that. GT won Big 12. He didn't win the national championship, my friend. He did not. He did not win a national championship. Tua did. He was benched for that. Okay? He never won a national championship as a starting quarterback. That is untruthful. Brady had over 500 yards and still couldn't beat us. Hey, Foles outplayed him. Hey, Big Sills, you Herts hate. I'm going to make sign. I got to have English, please. Then I bet you a case of Mountain Dew. Trey Sermon has a 7 to 8 touchdowns this year. Who? Nick Foles' best season came with Chip Kelly. Did he go for 26 touchdowns and like 3 picks or something that year? Was that the year he threw for something like that? 27 touchdowns and like 3 picks or 4 picks? It was something really ridiculous. Okay? It was like an unbelievable year that he had. Okay, let me reset this. I'm going to ask Tone this question first. 28-2, 27-2. Holy shit. Hey, Tone, who throws for more yards, Wentz or Herts this year? Who throws for more yards? Okay. Who throws for more yards this year? It pains me to say this. This is what I love, Tone. Hey, he puts the asterisk at the beginning of this, and I'm gonna take the coded words away from him. Okay, watch this. Okay, this piece of you know what? He's a piece of you know what, Wentz. He just threw up in his mask. He's cleaning his mic off right now because he just threw his mic. He just threw up all over his mic. Okay? Wentz. Wentz, but who's going to have most wins? Way to add to it. Way to go all around. Hertz was a QB who took them to the championship. Whatever, dude. He did not play in that game. Did not start that game. They yanked him in that game. They yanked him because he was sucking in the game. And Tua came in and won it. I think they took over at halftime. Facts. He was terrible in that game. Now, I'll say this to you. It may have been the next year. I thought he saved the SEC championship game for them. I thought he played well in that. I think Tua got banged up again. And I think he came in, and I think he won the SEC. I thought he played well. Look, man, he's a great teammate. Wait a minute. Look at 40 boy Lou goes, Hertz will have a better season. No. I asked you who will throw for more yards. Okay? Who will have more yards? Hertz is the quarterback who almost made them lose. It's true, but he played well next year in the SEC title game. Great, so he took him there, and then he couldn't get it done. But I see how that works for Jimmy G, though, right? You think Jimmy G sucks. He got to the Super Bowl, and he led him there, but he sucks. Jimmy Garoppolo's been to 2 of the last 3 NFC title games, but he sucks. He got him there. And he's 38-16, but he sucks. He don't put up big numbers either, but he sucks. And his 38-16, you don't see it in the same light as you do Jalen. Why? Because you look at that and you know what that looks like. But you're not applying that same mentality to your guy. Your guy's going to put up Garoppolo's stats. And hopefully, he puts up the most important stat, Jimmy G's record. What would you rather have? Kirk Cousins' career or Garoppolo's career? What guy would you rather have? What career would you rather have? A guy over the last 9 years had 6 4,000-yard passing seasons. Last year, 33 touchdowns and 7 picks. Or would you rather have a quarterback, porn star Jimmy Doza, or would you have a quarterback that went into Dallas last year, bounced the Cowboys, went into Green Bay, bounced Rodgers? I mean, the Packers can't beat Garoppolo. They can't beat him. And when they take Jimmy G out, Kyle Shanahan's 7-28 as a coach in San Fran. Yeah, he sucks, man. He's no good. Well, then the coach is no good. Because when that coach don't have him on the field, that team blows. Jimmy G, man. Not only does Jimmy G win, Jimmy G wins the chicks, too. Jimmy G and this show have a lot in common. They both suck. Thank you, Joseph. Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. That's one of my favorite dudes. Oh, my God. I can't wait till Sunday. Joseph, I'll be thinking of you on Sunday. When I'm three Coronas in. Man, is that 3 picks? Oh, no, it's my 3rd Corona. Oh, man. 9 years versus 19 games. Really? This is fun. Herts may surprise. Again, wishful thinking, non-reality, poison. That's the poison that Jason Kelce's talking about. Hey, man, he may surprise. Okay, he may. Yeah. He may. Who knows? Hey, and the Rams may play well tonight. We'll see. One thing I really do love about Sean McVay and his Rams? Kind of the same stuff that goes on with the Eagles. There's no noise in the building. For a team that's in Los Angeles, man, you never hear anybody getting in trouble. You never hear anybody out late doing stupid shit. That's a well-run team with really great leaders on it. Kudos to how they handle themselves as pros. It's really a testament to McVay and to Les Snead and Kevin Demoff, how they run that Ram team. I think it's pretty cool. I never hear any shit coming out of the Rams organization. They do really great things. Okay? Hey, Steve, don't ruin the illusion. If Jimmy G's, are not top shelf, I'll have a different opinion of him. And I want him fired too. Okay? I don't mind the porn checks. Hey, what threw that away? Sills, that post-game show worries me with Seth and Mike. They're going to be sitting next to each other. Wait, man, let me tell you something, Ryan. If Jonathan Gannon comes out with that bullshit stuff that he did last year, Seth's going to blow a gasket. You know he is, man. Very personal to him on how you handle yourself as a D coordinator. I know they got contract extensions today. I love how they run that team, man. And then Jalen Hurts went to Oklahoma and put up 5,100 passing yards, 5,100 yards. Great. Wonderful. Fantastic. Went to the shittiest power conference in the country to put up those numbers and putting them up in the SEC. Hey, you think he's Joe Burrow? Can you imagine Joe Burrow in the Big 12? He'd have threw for 10,000 yards. Yeah. In their words, their smoke shows. Bigger opinion of Jimmy G. Okay? Tua won the championship in 17. Jalen won a champion. No, he did not. Not true. Fake news, Christopher. Boom. No, he didn't. He never did. He lost to Deshaun Watson in the title game. Facts, dude. Jesus, criminy. Do some homework. You a hater. Kelce has his teammate's ear. Hey, William. So Jason Kelce goes, we ain't done shit. Nobody's done nothing. I don't want to hear anything. Let's just go play some ball. Best comments you can ever hear somebody say that's a team leader. I feel better about the Eagles today than I did a couple days ago with all the hype that they're going around saying. I do, man. I feel 10 times better because Kelce's in that locker room going, don't listen to anything. We got to go get the Lions. Starts on Sunday, and it's 60 minutes of football. 60 minutes of football, man. Okay? 60 minutes of ball. All right. Hit the like button. I got some NFL news I want to hit on as well. So we get ready for tonight's game. Please hit the like button. Keep it here on the National Football Show.
My wife was in an accident that changed our lives forever. She was in rehabilitation for years. She had to learn to walk again. She couldn't take care of herself. We couldn't afford a nurse. We were running out of options. One conversation with Pond Lee Hockey changed everything. They understood what we were going through and immediately helped us navigate the legal process. We can't thank them enough.
Pond Lee Hockey. Tell us your story.
Go for the pulls and the pools. Go for the oohs and the ahs. Go for the bubbles and the bubbly. Go for the story and the stories. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
It's the #1 news at 10 p.m. Action news on PHL 17. Join Shari Williams, Gray Hall, Deuces Rogers, and meteorologist Adam Joseph for all the big stories at a time that's right for you. Action news at 10 p.m. on PHL 17.
I get scared sometimes.
Of a lot of things.
Joining in.
Decisions.
The dark.
The dark.
But I once heard someone say,
But as I always say,
it's okay to be afraid.
as long as you face the fear.
And keep moving forward.
Wherever you are in life, count on the name trusted in insurance for over 80 years. Independence Blue Cross.
Welcome to Pond Lee Hockey. We've helped over 100,000 injured and disabled workers obtain benefits, as well as some of the biggest settlements in the state. If you've been injured at work, give Pond Lee Hockey a call.
At Stateside Vodka, every new customer gets the world's best rocks glass. Free.
What's that?
A rocks glass?
You're telling me that bottle is cut in half?
You could say that. Holy shit.
And you're telling me I can get one of these glasses for free?
That's right. One free rocks glass per customer with each first-time purchase of Stateside Vodka. So good, it just disappears.
Got a great text message from Mike Missinelli. Mike, I'll talk to you in a bit. I love Mike Missinelli. Paisan, too. By the way, I got to show you guys this. So guess who just tweeted me? Look at this here, man. NBC, Sunday Night Football, Thursday right there, baby. Look at that. It says this, Dan Sileo, it's go time. Throw that jersey on. No, I only wear my jersey. Okay? And buckle that chin strap. Bills Mafia. Rams house. Look at that. How you doing? Yes, sir. Way to go, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, because Big Sills, How many followers do they have? How many followers does Sunday Night Football? 1 million. That's great. Look at that, man. That's freaking awesome, man. Big Sills, million followers right there. They just tweeted at me. Dawn. Over at Dan Sileo show. Dawn. Dan, how would this team look with Jameis Winston? Every receiver on the team would have 1,000 yards receiving, including the tight end, and your running back might have 50 or 60 catches. Does that answer your question? Now, you're going to have turnovers. You're going to have turnovers. Be careful with Bills Mafia. Hey, Biscuit, ain't that the truth, man? I mean, it's like, hey, it's Eagles too, man. Hey, you say one shitty thing about one of their players. What'd you say? What are you saying about Josh Allen? I said he had some inappropriate tweets early when he got drafted. Excuse me. He apologized for that. Yeah, I know. So have I. But nobody cares who you are. Oh, okay. Okay. Are you kidding me, Joseph? Everybody would have 1,500 yards receiving, and oh my God, you're right, man. A guy who throws for 5,000 yards. Oh my God, dude, he lost to Watson. Are you kidding me? He did not win the national championship game. I said he won an SEC game. Good grief. Do some homework. I'm done. Pabst Blue Ribbon is my beer. Somebody says it gives them beer farts. It's a horrible thing, beer farts. Trust me, my wife complains about them all the time. Oh, man. Hey, I don't know what more story that I'm looking for. Hey, by the way, 49er fans, too, they got a bunch of tool bags there as well. Okay? Hey, I'm done with you guys. Okay? With the Tua thing. I'm done with it. Hey, the 49er fans, man, you're just a hater. You're just Xander will tell you the truth tomorrow. How's that, Chris? Okay, just so you keep score. Hang in there, man. Okay, you can ask him tomorrow. Tone right now is being Mariano Rivera or Jonathan Papelbon, whatever you want to go with. I hang on to, I'm a Yankee guy, so I go with Mariano, the greatest closer in the history of the sport and the most important Yankee of all time. Well, in recent memory, at least, we'll say. They've never been able to replace him. Okay, talk about Derek Jeter. Yeah, great. The guy they can't replace is Rivera. They've never been able to replace Mariano Rivera. Beer. Hey, Joseph. My wife hates it. It's terrible. Terrible. So this Trey Lance story, man, is really blowing up. So here, I say that Jimmy Garoppolo is going to start by week 4. You're just a hater. I'm like, no, I don't think the guy's good. I think he's a decathlete playing quarterback in San Francisco, and he played in a shitty conference and in a shitty division. And the guys were so wide open. If you go back and watch his film, these guys are so wide open, it looks like there's nobody on the field, like they're punts. And I'm like, how do you get a true sense if this guy's good or not? Did you see him in that exhibition game throwing that ball down the sideline? Okay. I saw Nate Sudfeld do it too. Are you kidding me, man? I'll take Gardner Minshew over Trey Lance. I'm not kidding. I know the kid knows how to play the quarterback position. That kid don't. Why do you think they brought Jimmy Garoppolo back? Because they wanted to or they had to? Honest to God, why didn't they just cut him? Why didn't they just cut him or trade him for a 7th rounder like the Browns traded Baker Mayfield? Why didn't they just trade him away? Eat crow. They couldn't because they didn't want to. Okay? They had to keep him. Shit. Here's why. Trey Lance hasn't shown them enough where he's won that job. He's been given that job. Same thing in Philly with Jalen. He didn't win that job. He was given the job. He didn't beat anybody out. Oh, what? Well, Carson Wentz, they moved him and they traded him and he didn't beat Carson Wentz out. Howie Roseman yanked him out of the starting lineup. It was a Howie call. It wasn't a Doug Peterson call. It was a Howie call. We're benching him. We want him out of here. Okay? When he thought he was soft in that Seattle game and he didn't come back from that Clowney hit, I think that's where it ended. I think that's where that whole relationship went south. Okay? Because Jimmy G is valuable? So wait a minute. Whoa. Mr. International says that Jimmy G's valuable. Okay. What about those 3 ones you gave away? You traded for Jimmy Garoppolo for one second rounder. You traded 3 ones away to the Dolphins. To the Dolphins. You traded 3 first-round picks away to get in that 2-hole to get Trey Lance. And you bring Garoppolo back. You're not sold on the kid. I don't give a shit what you think. Completely idiot move by the Niners. Okay? You could have got Mac Jones later in that draft, and you would have probably had a guy that fit that offense better than what Lance does. Deebo Samuel wants out. I'll guarantee you a guy who breathed a sigh of relief when Garoppolo re-signed was Deebo Samuel. Damn, thank God. Okay? If you're going to report news, oh, Chris and Jalen, bro, Jalen Hurts was yanked in the national title game. End of story. Tua went in the second half, and they won it. End of story. End of story. End of story. The year he won it, Tua, the year he played as the starter, when he was the SEC Player of the Year, he was beat by Deshaun Watson in the national title game. Facts. Enough of this. You're a dummy. Bills 24, Rams 42. Okay, how about this? 38-20, Bills. Who do you got, Tone? Who do you got, Tone? Rams 38, Bills 35. Book it. I want to know who Tone has. Hey, boy, that's the facts. Give a shit about the players. I care about the team. Let's see what he's got. I guarantee he's got Rams too. He's drinking the Kool-Aid. Let me see. Ooh, 27-24. He thinks this thing's a fight. He thinks this thing's a fight. Yes, sir. Okay. He can never beat the Cowboys. I think he beats the Cowboys this year. 31-32 Rams. Who do you guys have tonight? By the way, really cool. Thank you, NBC, for doing that to my Twitter page. That was really boss them doing that, man. Sending me a tweet like that. Pretty cool, huh? Out of nowhere, they just sent me. That's like the second one they sent me. Okay? Bobby Wagner is coming. Aaron Donald is too. Bills 33, Rams 24. Okay? Here, let me do this. Who did Deshaun Watson beat in the national champ? Who did Deshaun Watson beat in the national championship game? Who was the starting quarterback in Alabama 2016? Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts lost in the 2016 national championship game to Deshaun Watson. Right there, my friend. Who was the starting quarterback on the 2018 national champion Alabama team?
According to Wikipedia, the Crimson Tide were led on offense by sophomore quarterback Tua Tagovailoa, who won the starting job over two-year starter Jalen Hurts.
You are the dumbest people, some of you, on the planet. Okay? Here. Right there. Right there. The Crimson Tide were led by sophomore Tua Tagovailoa, who won the starting job over two-year starter Jalen Hurts. Let me guess. That's a lie, too. Oh, man. I mean, hey, Tone. It's okay, man. It's all good. Oh, man. Hey, boy, you're right, man. I need that thing, man. Hey, but look, hey, boy, look at my phone. Look at the outside edges of my phone, though. Look at what I've done to it. Look at how bad that is. I need a new case for it. Okay? I need the whole case. Report the whole. What happened in the game? Tua took over for him and beat him out. Dan Lions 17, Eagles 31. If the Eagles lose, I'll drink a bottle of Thunderbird. Don't do that, dude. Don't do that. I'll do all my predictions tomorrow. I can't wait, man. Dude, tonight's going to be dope. By the way, I think they're going to tweet out during the game, too. Big Sills in the National Football Show. How you doing? Yeah. Hey, Sills, you got to hire this guy to separate boy Ross in the parking. Hey, I know, man. Dude, my phone case is not good, man. Okay. Hey, Chris, please. Oh, my God. I need a Corona. I'm going to call it the Chris Corona. Let's see what else I got here. Whatever, guy. Whatever, man. Hey, by the way, speaking of Clemson, so let me ask you guys this. So Dabo Swinney just signed a 10-year, $115 million contract. Why would Dabo Swinney leave college football to coach the Eagles? Nick Sirianni makes $4 million a year. The assistant coaches at Clemson make $4 million a year. Dabo's been on our show a boatload of times. I sent him, I congratulated him. He makes $11.5 million a year. By the way, that's not just in Philly. All these new rookie coaches, they're not making that money. Why would Dabo, Saban, Lincoln Riley, Mario Cristobal's making $9 million? Why would Lane Kiffin leave Mississippi State? He's making $9 million. Why in the world would he do that? Why? It makes no sense. To me, and you don't have to answer GMs and owners. All you have to do is board of regents and shit like that. Okay? All you have to do is, like, if you're good and $11.5 million bucks. To me, I think it's more profitable to be a college coach than an NFL coach. I think you're seeing some of these guys that are on the college level, in my opinion. Why the hell would you ever leave? I would never leave Clemson. For what? You know, the only place I'd leave for Clemson, if I'm Dabo, is to go back to my alma mater, Alabama. Right? Take over for Saban when he calls it. Okay? Yeah, I saw that, man. Greasy, the queen died. You know, I never got that. You know, by the way, sad for the family and all, but I never got why Americans kind of like care for that thing. I never got the fascination with the whole thing with the royal family. I never got that. You know, I was like, oh, you know, that's sad, I guess. I don't know. I mean, you know, I don't know what to say. I mean, it's England. What do you want me to do, man? It's England, right? Mr. International. Mr. International, right? No, man. I don't really know. Like I said, it's not something, right? Hey, Joseph. Hey, you know, one of them dudes, man. Like, you know, it just keeps hanging on to the back of the car when you're like, hey, and you keep going faster and you're hoping he falls and, you know, it's just not going to work. Just keeps hanging in there. So my prediction, 38. Oh, by the way, I have to do something here. It's my wife's birthday. And I've been married for 33 years. I know that must shock you guys. I've been married 33 years. My wife just sent me a text. She's the queen browser. And I'm going to probably take her out to some type of dinner tomorrow. But today's her birthday. And I've never met anybody I hated more. And I've never met anybody I loved more. I think that's true love. Is it not? Eagles fan, poor woman. God bless. You'll never see me post that on Twitter because I don't need it. My wife doesn't need it. My wife doesn't like it. Hey, Togo sounds like my wife. Man, I'll tell you what, I've never hated somebody in my life more. But man, there's so many times when I just turn around and go, I would never want to be on a journey without you. And yeah, man, we got a beautiful child. She was on the radio yesterday too. My friend put her on and she was wonderful in Phoenix. So God bless everybody, man. I'm so thankful to God, my aunt, my everybody. And Adam goes 33 years as an attorney. Hey, I met her when she was 21. Isn't that crazy? I met her when she was 21 years old. Okay. Okay. And crazy stuff. And I just love her to death. And happy birthday, Kim. She was my first producer, Tone, when I hit the airwaves in KMBR out in San Francisco. And she was my producer at Fox Sports Radio. They hired her too and me as a team. And she's been like she's been a mom, a trainer, confidant to my daughter ever since. Okay. Yeah, man, she was just one of the great show bookers of all time. So thank you so much, Kim, for everything. God bless and happy birthday to you. I love you very much. Tone, you're one of my favorite people on the planet. Dude, you look at the stuff that I'm reading here that you add to a show. You are a fabulous sports producer. And I am proud to be your friend, my friend. You are fantastic at what you do. And I know we met like a year ago and a half. I think it was even in a chat room, but you're fabulous, man. You do a great job and you got a bright future ahead of you. And you keep the good work up. Football's tonight. Have a great one. Then we have a football Friday going into Sunday football. The post-game show too here on JAKIB. Everything has been spectacular. Thank you so much for coming aboard, my friends. Till tomorrow, 3 to 6 Eastern. We'll see you on the flip side.
When choosing a lawyer for your injury case, you may ask, does the size of the law firm matter? Well, of course it does. The insurance company, they're huge with unlimited resources. And whether your case is big or small, they're built to bully you out of the money you're owed. But here's the good news. We're big too, the biggest actually. And we're built to fight to make them pay for all that was taken from you. Size is our strength. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.